This month in Grossenburg's calendar, it's their Kids Coloring Contest. If your kid is 6 to 12 years old, they can color the page on the calendar and bring it in to your local Grossenburg location, where their staff will judge and your kid could win a $100 gift certificate for John Deere merchandise. See any of their 9 Grossenburg locations and get your kid what they want most, $100 in John Deere merchandise, with their coloring contest only at Grossenburg Implement.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a checkmark, all in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do. and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers. When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Midwest Ready Mix Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregates, and also a full-service dealer for low-gun equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
This month in Grossenburg's calendar, it's their Kids Coloring Contest. If your kid is 6 to 12 years old, they can color the page on the calendar and bring it into your local Grossenburg location, where their staff will judge, and your kid could win a $100 gift certificate for John Deere merchandise. See any of their 9 Grossenburg locations and get your kid what they want most: $100 in John Deere merchandise with their coloring contest only at Grossenburg Implement.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan. To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Life can get pretty busy out there. daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a check mark, all in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
It was a heartbreaking loss a week ago inside the Dakota Dome as the Vermillion Tanagers fell to the Dakota Valley Panthers 14-7 when it looked like the Tanagers might have one final opportunity. They were not able to strike, and it seemed like the playoffs hopes for the Vermillion Tanagers were dashed. They wouldn't have a chance at making the postseason, but with their fortunes they've had this season, they will have one final opportunity. Now, that being said, a lot of things need to go right for them tonight if they want to make the postseason, including one of those things is they have to win. Good evening. Welcome to Thursday Night Lights here on Live Take It TV. I'm Heath Nimke. Not on West Central this evening, Joe Van Goor and Caleb Titsey will be coming up for you a little bit later on, right around 6:45 with the set of this game. But again, this is the pregame show as myself and Cole Larsh on other duties for this night when it comes to high school football across the state of South Dakota that we will be taking care of other business. So again, just getting you set for the pregame show and breaking everything down on what's coming up. We're going to hear from both coaches, Coach Tom O'Boyle and also Barry Mathis of the West Central Trojans, as he's back as head coach for the West Central Trojans after he took over halfway through the season a year ago. But again, looking at ultimately the playoff picture, I know that's what you're so interested in right now. There is a chance that Vermillion Tanagers can make the postseason. The things that need to happen are three of them. Of course, they need to win here in West Central. They need to have Del Rapids lose against Cenex, which could be very likely, and also Canton would need to lose against Tri-Valley. Again, Canton has not won a game since they last beat the Vermillion Tanagers. They have lost 5 straight games. Injuries have plagued that team, so I'm not saying it's not out of the picture. A lot of things have to go right for the Vermillion Tanagers to make the postseason. And then if they would make the postseason, they're looking at probably towards the bottom of the spot, maybe 7 or 8, but hey, you'd still be playing some extra football when it comes into the month of November. So we're hoping to see if the Tanagers can't get it done tonight against West Central, but that is going to be a challenge in of itself. It's been over 2 decades since the Tanagers last won here in Hartford, South Dakota, and against this West Central team, it's going to be no easy task. The one thing that does make it easy is this is a West Central team that doesn't hide anything of what they're going to do. They are going to bring in a double set and just run the football. The same West Central team that we have seen for the past, 30, 40 years now, they are going to pound the rock inside. They're going to bring in a tight formation, and they're just going to do the play over and over and over again. When it comes to this West Central Trojans team, you have to think about it. They have only thrown the football 45 times this season. So ultimately, we're talking right around 5 times a football game. They're just a team that does not throw it. Opposite side for the Vermillion Tanagers, we saw Chapman get injured once again last week, still dealing with that calf injury that he has had all season long. Last time, when looking at the injury report for Chapman, it looks like he might try to give it a go tonight for his group, but it's certainly going to plague him throughout the evening if he does go. So get ready for the Vermillion Tanagers to throw the football a lot. And that's not necessarily because Chapman's hurt either. This is a Trojans team that hasn't seen a lot of teams that are able to spread it out like the Vermillion Tanagers and throw the football. So we'll see how much that plays a factor as well. If Vermillion can really start to spread things out. And again, with Hayden Christopherson back there as quarterback, you might as well, because he has that ability to sling it around. Always makes it fun, always makes it exciting, and we'll see if the Tanagers can't come into Hartford, South Dakota, get an upset, and then have a couple other things go right for them this evening to make the postseason. As I mentioned earlier, we'll catch up with both Barry Mathis and also Tom O'Boyle of the coaches for our pregame show, but Right now, we're going to step aside for our first time out, and on the other side of this break, we're going to break down more of Class 11A, where we're at when it comes to the ultimate seed points, and where everyone stacks at the moment, and how it is still very, very tight on making the postseason for a lot of different teams, not just for the Vermillion Tanagers. We'll also take a look at the rest of the state of South Dakota, the final games of the regular season for AAA, AA, and A, and then B, and all of 9-man gets their postseason started. We'll take a look at the playoff brackets as well and get you set for everything that's going on across the state of South Dakota. As I mentioned, I'm Heath Nimke here on the pregame show. Time for our first time out. When we come back, it's a look at the state of South Dakota. That is on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
This is the Tanager pregame show here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. I'm Heath Nimke, helping out with the pregame show for this evening before I am off on my other duties as assigned. It is that time of year that we finish up the regular season for Class AAA, AA, and A, but also, that being said, Class 11B and 9-man football is getting their postseason started, and that means Cole Larsh and I get our opportunity to go watch some high school playoffs, actually. Heading over to some 9-man games that are coming up for this evening, including some friends that Cole and I know that we're going to go help out with their broadcast for tonight. So we're looking forward to that, but like I said, for right now, we're getting you set on the Vermillion Tanagers pregame show. And speaking of the postseason, it is still alive for the Tanagers. What does it take? What's going on in Class 11A? And a little bit what's going on across the state of South Dakota. Well, no worries, fans. Let's break it all down and get you set for this evening, as again, looking at this matchup. As first, we'll begin with the schedule for today. All games are kicking off at 7 here in Class 11A. They include some big ones, including Sioux Falls Christian and Dakota Valley down in North Sioux City. Both those teams have punched their ticket to the postseason, so even with the loss tonight for the Dakota Valley Panthers, they are not eliminated from the postseason. Also, Lennox and Del Rapids play each other over in Lennox. 2 and 3 in the media rankings, 2 and 3 when it comes to overall seed points so far this season. Again, those teams have both punched their ticket to the postseason. Madison and Millbank, still a lot to play for those two teams, as Millbank is looking for a huge win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Rapid City takes on Belle-Fourche. Belle-Fourche picked up their first win of the season last week against Lakota Tech. Custer and Lakota Tech play against each other. And again, finally, Tri-Valley and Canton, both trying to keep their postseason hopes alive as well. So that being said, that is the quick schedule that we have seen so far coming into tonight. When it comes to the media polls, Sioux Falls Christian remains the unanimous number 1 at 8-0 so far this season. They are the only team still remaining undefeated in Class 11A. Second was Lennox at 7-1 overall. Third, Del Rapids at 6-2. And then 3 teams, all 5-3. West Central is number 4. Dakota Valley, number 5. And Madison was receiving votes after they won last week against the Canton Seahawks. So again, 3 teams in there at 5-3, but West Central and Dakota Valley still ranked in the top 5 with, again, tonight's matchup against the number 4 West Central Trojans. But what matters more importantly is the seed points. That determines where you fall at, and if you make the postseason, and if you don't make the postseason. And this has been one of the most wide open playoffs that I've seen in quite some time. I mentioned it earlier, Sioux Falls Christian well out in first, well ahead of anybody else. They have locked up the number 1 seed. Even if they would get upset by Dakota Valley tonight, they would still grab the number 1 seed in Class 11A. Lennox is number 2. Del Rapids is number 3. There is just 1 seed point that separates those two, again, as they both have made the postseason. In at 4th, according to seed points, is West Central at 42.875, and where they have put themselves at, with a win today, they could still make a jump into the top 3. With a loss, it wouldn't matter. West Central has locked up the playoffs. In at number 5 is Madison at 41.750 seed points. 6th is Dakota Valley, again 5-3 at 41.375 seed points. But then after that, this is where everything gets extremely interesting for the next few teams. Canton is in at 7th at 3-5 and 40.875 seed points. Rapid City in 8th at 5-3 overall, but because they play so many West River teams that ultimately just don't have winning records, if you will. And just again, to reiterate this, you look back at it, Rapid City Christian has only played 2 teams so far this season with a winning record. They lost to both of those teams. So, I mean, you kind of get the picture. But again, Rapid City Christian in at 8th at 40.625. And then there are 3 teams, Millbank, Tri-Valley, and Vermillion, all tied for 9th, all at 39 actually at 39 seed points. There's no point to it. There's just 39 seed points. So you look first off, Vermillion has beaten Tri-Valley and Millbank on head-to-heads. Also, Millbank lost to Tri-Valley earlier this season. So Vermillion again has that head-to-head over Tri-Valley and Millbank. Tri-Valley has the head-to-head over Millbank. So it's almost looking as Vermillion right now currently is actually the true number 9. Tri-Valley would be the true number 10, and Millbank is down there at 11th. So what's all coming up for these teams? As we know, Vermillion plays West Central. They would need Del Rapids to lose, and they would need Canton to lose for Vermillion to make the postseason. Those are your 3 scenarios. No, not quite for sure what the other 2 scenarios are, but again, Tri-Valley takes on the Canton Seahawks for tonight, and Millbank has Madison. So for all 3 of these teams to make the postseason, of course, they need to win and then need a few other things to go right, including Tri-Valley and Millbank will also need Vermillion to lose if they want to make the postseason. But again, just a lot going on. A lot of different things can happen. And ultimately, we could see what we're looking at right now and nothing changing. Just the top 8 remains the top 8. Millbank, Tri-Valley, and Vermillion all miss out on the playoffs. So we'll have to see what happens. It's going to be a crazy and intense next few hours, and we'll be really interested to watch the scores across the state of South Dakota. All right, when looking at the rest of the classes, let's hop around quickly as, again, AAA finishing up their season. Last week, we saw Brandon Valley beat Harrisburg. They're now the new number 1 team in AAA. Harrisburg, number 2, tied with Sioux Falls Lincoln. Both teams at 7-1. AAA, by the way, does not matter on seed points. They have, just 10 teams, so top 8 make the postseason. After that, Sioux Falls Jefferson's number 4. 5 is O'Gorman. Sioux Falls Roosevelt's number 6. Sioux Falls Washington number 7. and that would be your postseason at the moment, as both Rapid City teams would miss out. Again, postseason is going to be determined after tonight. In Class 11 AA, things are extremely interesting over there, including Yankton, number 1. Watertown is number 2. Actually, Pierre, who's been so bad this year, right? Everyone's talking about how bad they are. They're 4-4 on the season, but Pierre's actually 3rd right now in the seed points. So a win tonight for the Governors could really have them making some noise when it comes to the postseason. Tied for 4th, Brookings and Spearfish. 6th is T Area, and 7th is Aberdeen Central. Looking at the postseason, Huron is in there at number 8. And then when it gets to the rest of the classes, as we mentioned, it is postseason football time with some games that are currently underway. But taking a look at the playoffs right now, Sioux Valley grabbed the number 1 seed in 11B. They'll be taking on Dual. McCook Central Montrose taking on Mobridge Pollock. Number 4 seed Elk Point Jefferson taking on number 13 Flandreau. Number 5 Clark Willow Lake taking on number 12 Bridgewater Emory Ethan. Number 2 Winter taking on number 15 Hot Springs. Number 7 Aberdeen Roncalli has Woonsocket Wessington Springs Sanborn Central as again the 7-10 matchup. Number 3 is Mount Vernon Plankinton taking on number 14 Wagner. And finally, number 6 Groton Area taking on number 11 St. Thomas More over in 11B. In 9-man football, Parkston takes on Stanley County with games closer in the area. Bon Home travels all the way out to the west to take on the 4 seed Hill City. And again, games closer to home. The 5 seed Freeman Marion, Freeman Academy. Freeman takes on DeSmit. And also the 7 seed in 9AA, Viborg Hurley takes on Britt and Hecla. Trip Delmont Armor ACDC takes on Hanson. That's the 6-11 matchup. Over in 9A with teams close to home, Alcester Hudson grabbed the 8 seed. They'll take on the 9 seed at Castlewood in tonight's action. Also, Gayville Vollen, the 14 seed, has to travel all the way over to Warner, the 3 seed, and Centerville in 9A football grabbed the 11 seed. They'll travel over to the west to take on Phillip. In 9B activities, again with teams close to home, number 1 Avon once again this year will take on number 16 Jones County. And a little bit closer to home, number 8 Canastota takes on number 9 Oldham Ramona Rutland in tonight's action. Also, the 3 seed Del Rapids St. Mary will host the 14 seed Irene Wakanda. And that is taking a look at everything that is going on across the state of South Dakota when it comes to the playoffs, what it all determines for tonight. Again, fans, if you're just tuning in, if you missed out on things earlier, coming up for tonight, Vermillion needs to win. Del Rapids and Canton both need to lose if the Vermillion Tanagers want to have a chance at making the postseason. We'll see if they're able to do that. A lot of football has to be played for tonight, and it'll be fun to see what all happens coming up on Thursday Night Lights. Again, Caleb Titsey and Joe Van Goor have kickoff coming up for you right around 6:45. I'm Heath Nimke. It's time for another commercial break. When we come back, we'll get to our coaches' interviews, including Coach Barry of the West Central Trojans, to talk about his team's success once again this year and why the tradition of running the football works so well in Hartford, South Dakota. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
This is the Tanager pregame show here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. Joe Van Goor for the Vermillion Tanagers coming up here in just a little bit, but it's time to get into our coaches segments here as we'll catch up with head coach Tom O'Boyle to talk more about his team, how they still have a chance at making the postseason, and also we'll revisit what happened in the final 2 minutes last week's game against Dakota Valley. But right now it's time to get to our West Central Trojans pregame interview as I was able to catch up with longtime head coach of the West Central Trojans, Coach Barry, as he was a part of this group before he finally stepped away. He's going to retire and stepped away before Coach Hernandez was not able to continue on. Last year, he stepped back into the head coaching role to finish out this season for the West Central Trojans. Had success, and they said, well, Coach Barry, how about you make it another year? And he is now back into his another full year with the West Central Trojans after retiring, and again has his team once again back in the postseason, but the job is not finished. What makes this Trojans team so successful throughout the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and even now into the year 2024 with Coach Barry and the tradition of their offense and how they get ready for the Vermillion Tanagers? Here he is on our pregame show. It's Coach Barry Mathis of the West Central Trojans. Coach, get ready to take on the Vermillion Tanagers, but first let's begin with you as a coach. I know last year we were able to catch up with you towards the end of the season when you took on the Vermillion Tanagers, but during that time you also made that transition into being the full-time head coach for the West Central Trojans. Now this year you have the complete year underneath your belt. How has the transition been for you as a head coach from last year compared to this year? Has it been a whole lot simpler for the guys and for yourself?
Yeah, I think so. They kind of understand what my philosophy is and things like that, and they kind of knew it. I mean, I've been coaching here since 2002, so I mean, it's nothing. I didn't come out of a shell and just break away from what I believed in and stuff like that. So the transition's been pretty good. And then our offensive coordinator from last year, he just had his second baby. So he's got 2 kids under like 3 years old. So he stepped away. So that definitely hurt us. He was really good in the spread stuff and the passing game and stuff like that. So we're not as good at that stuff just because he had to step away and family's more important. And Coach Utek came back and to help us out a little bit, help us run our under center stuff and everything like that. So that's definitely helped. The kids really love it. It's nice that they got to play for Coach Utek. Some of their parents have played for Coach Utek, so it's kind of a nice little transition there. But yeah, it's gone pretty good.
You talk also about yourself, Coach Utek coming back. This seems like this goes all the way back to, the 80s and 90s when the West Central Trojans were constantly winning state titles or fighting for against another coach, Gary Culver, that you know as well. And of course, Gary Culver is on the other sideline for the Vermillion Tanagers, still coaching over there as an assistant coach. How does it feel that it feels like almost we haven't left the 90s when the Tanagers and the Trojans play each other? Is it special every time you get to play against former coaches?
Yes, and I played against Culver. So I played at West Central back in the 80s, and they beat us my senior year down. We had homecoming, and we moved it down to the Dome because of the blizzard, and we lost 7-6 against Culver and that stuff. So I've been playing against him and coach against Gary. Gary was a great coach there for a while. We couldn't beat Vermillion. I mean, they just had our number. I mean, it just drove Coach Utek crazy. I mean, we'd be running a play and Gary'd be yelling over on the sideline. He'd be calling our play out before we actually ran the thing. He was such a good coach and everything like that. So it's kind of nice to have him back in the fold and everything. And now with Coach Utek back, it's kind of reliving the good days that coaches, the community was so tight. Him and Kleiny and all them guys are always at clinics together and stuff like that, trying to beat each other. So that's kind of cool.
It really is cool, and I love the story as well. I have to tell Gary Culver that you still don't like him when it comes to all the times that he got the better of you. And that being said, when it comes to this classic Trojan style, it seems like you look at the Vermillion Tanagers, if you will. Tom O'Boyle has started to usher in this new spread. We're going to throw the football 50 times a game. This is something that's becoming more and more popular across high school football. But the West Central Trojans, nah, what we ran back in the 80s and 90s continues to be what we run right now. Where does that success come in and year out for the Trojans?
Well, we just kind of, and I believe in, you got to be able to run the ball. I don't care if you do it under center or in shotgun, but in the playoffs, you got to be able to run the ball. We haven't had a playoff in I don't know how many years where the weather did not affect. We went to Sisterton one year, and they're a passing team, and it was 35-mile-an-hour sleet, rain. I mean, and we beat them 50-0. They never touched the ball. And when they had the ball, they were in the wind. You couldn't do anything with it. There's always going to be something that's going to happen. So you got to be able to run the ball. And then sometimes you just don't have the players that can play spread. We got a lot of kids that think they can get open, but they're not extremely as good as they think they are. And like I said, with our offensive coordinator from last year stepping down, that hurt because he was more in tune with the spread stuff and stuff like that. I understand the spread stuff just because I'm a defensive coordinator. I know how I want to try to stop it, but calling it and coaching it's not my strength. So, I mean, you just got to kind of coach what you want, and you're always going to have kids that can take a snap under center and hand the ball off. In shotgun, I've seen so many games lost because the center doesn't snap the ball, goes over the quarterback's head, hits the ground. I mean, it's just things you got to work on. And if you want to go full spread like we were with Coach Hernandez, we were never under center. So, that's all we did. So we didn't have the snaps as bad, because that's just what we did full time. So if you're going to do spread, I think you got to commit to the spread the full time. And we're just, right now, this year we won't, but like I told you earlier, that's probably where we're leaning to just because of the kids we got coming up.
Well, I look forward to see what is coming up in the future for you and see if we do go to spread. I don't know, Coach. I'm going to lean on that side that you keep just doing what you're doing because it continues to work over there in West Central. I mean, you talk about a team that's consistently in the playoffs for Class 11A. You can always mark in the West Central Trojans. So you say you're a defensive coordinator guy. When you look at film for head coach Tom O'Boyle of the Vermillion Tanagers, he shows you two different things. He will run the football 50 times, 60 times a game, and then in the following game, he'll completely abandon the run game and throw the football 70 times. How do you get ready for what Vermillion is going to bring offensively? Because sometimes I think when it comes to Tom O'Boyle, he doesn't even know himself. How do you get ready for that as a defensive guy?
Yeah, they're kind of hard to kind of figure out what their identity is right now because, like you said, one game they're throwing it all over the place, and next game they're running the quarterback and Chapman all over the place. So it's kind of I'll give you an example. My special team coach, punt return, setting a punt, he goes, I can't set a punt return up because they're running like 7 different punt formations. It changes like every other week. And I go, yeah, that's kind of what their identity is right now. I don't know if they're running that because they think they have an advantage in that game against a certain style of defense or whatever. So we just got to be prepared to stop the run first and then keep the ball in the passing game in front of us. And if you've watched any of our film, that's our weakness right now. Like I said, we'll play really, really good defense for a long time, and then we'll let somebody run by us and catch. Like against Dakota Valley, we had the game in hand, and then we give up an 85-yard touchdown. The guy runs right by us. We're supposed to be at 15 backpedaling, and we did. And it's not one kid. It's usually there's a host of them that just every time somebody has a little brain fart or whatever you want to call it, then we let the other team kind of get back into it. People are going to catch the ball in a passing game. They're going to catch the ball, but if you just make them catch it in front of you, make the tackle. I have yet to meet an offensive coordinator that will throw that hitch or an out all the way down the field. Most offensive coordinators tend to fall in love with themselves, and they always want to go deep. We'll give you the hitch, we'll give you the out all day long if you want to keep taking it, but they won't do it. It just that's their nature. They want to go deep, and this year it's definitely hurt us because we blow assignment or something like that. The 3 losses that we had, it's because of the passing game. Our defense, we've given up big plays where we, if we just make the play and make them keep running the ball, we definitely probably change out the point of the game.
Well, so what you're telling me then is Vermillion has a chance if they throw the football today against your group. Or just have to wait for one of those mistakes and see if something doesn't come along. Coach, that is
that's what I would do, but hopefully it's not like we're not working on it in practice. So hopefully we got it figured out. Now last week, Milbank's probably not as strong as team, but we really took the passing game away. We had a mix up in a formation, and they came up with a new formation we hadn't seen all year, and our kids didn't adjust to the strength and gave the quarterback an alley to run for. He got like a 75-yard touchdown run, but after that, we shut them down pretty good after that.
Well, it's going to be, we'll see what Tom O'Boyle then schemes up. I'm expecting one. So how about this, Coach? It's been over 2 decades, if you did not realize. You talk about how Vermillion always used to have the number of West Central. It's been over 2 decades since last time Vermillion came to Hartford and got a victory. For them tonight, they need to not only win, but a few other things to go right to make the postseason. For your group, you're already in. You don't have to worry about anything besides it comes to where you could potentially fall at. Do you worry about any lack of focus with your group when it comes to a game like this?
I don't think so. Our kids, we've preached that forever. It's next game, and anybody can beat you. If you overlook anybody in Class 11A, you're going to go home probably on the wrong side of it. So I don't think our kids ever overlook anybody. And, you can show the kids film of how they compared to other teams we play. And, the scores are fairly comparable. They beat Milbank 20-0. So they shut Milbank out, which we didn't do, and everything like that. So I don't think we're going to overlook them. We kind of respect their tradition and everything like that. I didn't know that they hadn't beaten us up here. I don't know. I know they beat us Chris's first year down there. And
Yep. But it's been some time since they've came up to UTEP Stadium and gotten the victory. So
victory. Well, we extended one more year, and then we can worry about it after that.
Speaking of an extension, as I mentioned earlier, you guys make the postseason again. That continues just to be a Trojan tradition. How nice is it to have that type of tradition? How much does it help continue to build the program over at West Central that every young boy wants to be a part of the Trojans football team?
Yeah, that's huge. UTEC's last couple of years, we had 90 kids out for football. Wow. We'd have to take 3 buses to games. Now we don't have. I think we're at like 76 right now, but we also have boys soccer. Mm-hmm. So we're losing kids to boys soccer, which is great for our boys. It gives more activities for the kids and stuff like that. So that's kind of tough. But you look at Del Rapids, I put Del Rapids kind of along our line. And right now they're better than us because they're 2-time defending champion. But they got 75 kids out. And what do they got? 125 boys out for high school, in the high school. So, that's where you build it. You watch all their 7th grade, 8th grade, they're under center running their stuff. And it just, you got to build that tradition where, you can't wait. It can't be, we got a good sophomore class. We'll wait for them to get good. At West Central, every year it's the seniors class, and we expect them to win and compete. It's their class. Like last year's juniors that played, it wasn't their team. It was the seniors. And this year's seniors, it's their team. And next year's juniors, so we give them that, and that kind of keeps the tradition going on.
Once again, that is head coach Barry Mathis of the West Central Trojans, again back in a full year as a head coach for West Central, talking about the energy that his team needs to bring. It's been quite some time since his team was able to last lose against the Vermillion Tanagers, as they are the 4th-ranked team in Class 11A. They are back in the postseason. So for them tonight, it only helps a win to better themselves when it comes to potentially hosting a first-round playoff football game. A loss today, they could be out of the top 4. But again, a win tonight would put them at 6-3 overall and hosting in the first round of the playoffs. And that is certainly the task. We're going to step aside. When we come back, it's time for head coach Tom O'Boyle to talk more about his team and how they get ready for the West Central Trojans. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV. Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion.
There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at gotanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers. When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion. In Hartford, South Dakota, as Joe Van Goor gets you ready for kickoff coming up here in just a little bit between the Vermillion Tanagers and the West Central Trojans. I'm Heath Nimke. Again, Joe Van Goor will have the broadcast for you this evening as Cole Larsch and myself are away, assigned on other duties for playoff season when it comes to high school football across the state of South Dakota. So Caleb Titsey and Joe Van Goor will have kickoff coming up for you here in just a little bit. But right now, it's time to get to our coaches conversation, as I was able to catch up with head coach Tom O'Boyle yesterday to talk more about this football team. Again, we do refocus back what happened last Friday night in the last 2 minutes or even 3 minutes of that football game. Again, a costly 15-yard penalty on head coach Tom O'Boyle, which eventually cost Vermillion a chance to get the football back. Dakota Valley was able to take 3 foul knees to get the victory, but Coach O'Boyle walks you through his perspective and everything that happened between him and the officials to break it down a little bit more on that perspective of the game and all those conversations that did happen. Plus, we take a look ahead to this West Central team and also the playoff scenario. Again, Vermillion needs a couple different things to go right for this evening for a chance to make the postseason, including they would need to win tonight here in Hartford, South Dakota, something they have not done in over 2 decades. Here he is on our pregame show. It's our conversation with head coach Tom O'Boyle. Coach OB, looking back to last week against the Dakota Valley Panthers, I want to get into it right away. I know you've had a lot of time to think about it. You've probably answered a lot of questions. A lot of different fans, parents have asked you the question. Just again, reiterate what you've told a lot of people so far. What happened there in the last 2 minutes of that game against Dakota Valley? Walk us through the penalty and kind of the aftermath of it all from Tom O'Boyle's perspective.
Well, I mean, you don't want. I don't really want to spend a lot of time going back over them. You know, we had there are rules in football that if an offensive team is penalized, clock doesn't start until the snap. And so we simply had a crew that misinterpreted that rule and let the clock run. The rule is set in place so that an offense can't intentionally go in motion and penalize themselves while the clock is running without losing it down. And so my portion of that is I was very upset that they let the clock run. They started the clock when they shouldn't have, and I simply told the official that I know the rule. And at that point in time, by saying I know the rule, you get a flag. So, you know, I'm always going to defend our kids and always going to defend football. And we were by the misinterpretation of the rule by officiating crew. You know, you can't get that back. You can't change it. You just go off being a disgusted human being like I was. You just move forward.
To go back for all the fans that are maybe not quite understanding what Tom's talking about here, it was in the last 2.5 minutes that there was an illegal procedure that moved Dakota Valley back 5 yards. The refs did come out and roll this clock. They said, let it go once our signal for play. Dakota Valley did say, okay, sounds good. And their 25 seconds came off the clock before the ball was snapped. Again, that is what Tom is referring to on the penalty. And then from there, as Tom, you just said, you told the ref that you disagreed. The ref says, sounds good. Say a few more things. And of course, Tom, you will never say that you're not a spirited football coach. You said a few more things. And from there, 15-yard penalty. And unfortunately, it ends up going Dakota Valley's way, and they get the victory. What a great performance from your guys to battle against Dakota Valley, put yourself into it for the very last moment. I know this team has battled through injuries all season long. How much did you love the end-of-season fight from your group, especially against that Dakota Valley team?
Oh, it's such a great thing to watch and know these kids. You know, you see them do the same thing Monday through Thursdays, but then to go out and give everything they have. And it's like I talked to some reporters after the game for the newspapers. You know, I'm going to talk about the heart and soul and the character of these young men and what a valiant effort they gave. They made plays. You know, I felt we outplayed Dakota Valley at times. I think we had a couple chances inside their 20 and didn't cash them in, and those things can happen. And Dakota Valley is a good football team, very physical, very fast, well coached, and so I was just thrilled with how you never like a loss ever, but I was thrilled with the effort and attitude, and I think we'll get the same thing against West Central at West Central.
Quick question for you here. They always talk about in the NFL, they hate Thursday night football because it's such a sped up week. You go usually from Sunday to all of a sudden Thursday. I mean, it's one extra day that's moved up. I feel like in a lot of other high schools or states across that we always see the final game still played on a Friday. What's your thought about playing here on a Thursday? Do you feel sped up at all playing on a Thursday instead of a Friday, not having as much time to prepare?
No, I don't. But that's growing up in Des Moines and playing football at Des Moines East High School. We had certain city stadiums. So part of my prep career was because there were only two stadiums in Des Moines. You had to share the stadium, and so there were schools that played Thursday and there were schools that played Friday. So, that's not much or any kind of a setback at all. If you're efficient with your time, you still get a good practice in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and that's basically what you get every week anyway. And so I don't feel that's an issue at all.
Help me out here, because we actually brought this up in our broadcast last week. Is it Southeast Polk that it's considered now that you would have played for? Was it Valley? I always get this confused on who you played for.
No, I would have never been a dirty Ram. No, I'm a Des Moines East Scarlet, and Southeast Polk is east of the Des Moines Public School District's boundaries. And so Pleasant Hill, if you're familiar with Iowa and Des Moines, Pleasant Hill is split between East High School and Southeast Polk High School. And Southeast Polk, they've become just a tremendous powerhouse. They've built a huge stadium. They've done some great things. They have a very, very, very good football program. Brad Zelenovich is the football coach there, and he's really done a nice job. They would have been, Southeast Polk, when I was playing, was a much smaller school at the time, and they would have been in, I think, maybe with Ankeny and some of the powerhouses now, the other big schools that are around. But the public schools in Des Moines have been swallowed up, and the brand of football they are playing isn't anywhere close to the brand of the suburbs.
I was going to say, Coach, there's no longer 2 stadiums anymore in Des Moines. I think there's about, shoot. What was it? Were you still playing 4A football? I mean, was that a class yet?
Yep, we were the big school 4A, as I recall. Right?
Okay.
And it was the 8 public schools in Des Moines, and we had Dowling, West Des Moines, and we had Valley, West Des Moines in our conference.
Sure. And now, of course, if you don't follow anything with Iowa, now it's all the way up to 5A, which would be considered AAA here in South Dakota. The only difference is in 5A football, they have, 40 teams? I mean, it only gets bigger and bigger the smaller classes you go. Also, shout out to my high school, Manson Northwest Webster. They upset number 3 Emmitsburg last week, so we'll take that as well.
Beat the
Yeah.
You beat the Irish. You played good football.
I was saying it's rare to beat them as well. Coach, let's get back to South Dakota football here. Focus on West Central. Shoot, I mean, history's against you. What's been over 2 decades now since we last won up in Hartford, South Dakota? What does it take to go beat the Trojans again, a huge upset on the last game of the season?
I think it takes a team that has our type of skill set. I think you need to throw the football. I think you have chances of moving the ball through the air and getting the ball out quick. You're getting Barry does a super job, and he's recruited Jim back on the sideline, calling his offense. And so, there's a reason West Central has all those dates and state championship plaques up there in their stadium. They just do a great job for a long period of time, and they typically have good size up front. And they're not going to do anything to surprise you. They're going to run double wing. They're going to run short motion, and they run short trap with a fullback. They can hand the ball off and run the outside sweep with the halfback. Just a sound football team that typically West Central doesn't beat themselves. And so when you're playing a team on the road, you certainly have to be miserly with football. We can't give West Central any extra possessions, and we have to take care of the football when we have it and turn those into points.
I talked about it during our broadcast as I got my chance to do some killer commentating as Joe called the game last week. But I called out your defense at one point when Dakota Valley said, or went back to their base offense of just running the football. I said, crowd the box, start bringing a whole bunch of blitzers and just create a whole bunch of traffic in there. And a play later, you forced a fumble, get back on top of it, and that's a lot what West Central likes to do too. I mean, they've passed the football, 46 times so far this season? Coach O'Boyle has passed the football for more than 48 times in a football game so far this season. So how much of it is just about creating traffic, bringing blitzers all around, and creating havoc on the defensive side?
You need to, and Louis and Gary do such a great job of having our defense, and Caden Elder having our defense ready to play. When you play a team like West Central that runs the double wing and they count on misdirection and they count on a quick hitter trap, you need to keep that team going towards the sidelines and not get north and south. So you have to bomb the C gap. They want to run off C gap. They want to down block and kick out. They want you looking for the football instead of keeping your eyes on your keys and being a gap control defense. So when you see their offense hit big plays and whatnot, it's guys trying to find the football and getting their eyes off their assignments or their gap control up front. So, we talked last 2 nights. We've really done a nice job of, our scout team has done a really good job of emulating the double wing. That's kind of a hard thing to get your prep players to understand and give you a look at what you're going to see. But your eyes can't get lost in the backfield trying to find football. You each and every guy has a gap and a responsibility, and we're going to believe that our kids are going to be accountable and be able to. Can you completely stop a West Central? I don't think so. I don't think we're built to. So all the more reason, Heath, that I think we have to be good offensively. I think they run the ball so they don't see a lot of pass. And we're banking on the ability to go in and give them some sets and formations and some crossing routes that give them problems.
Well, I think you said something else so important for fans that don't understand is, your scout team, you try to get them as ready as much as you possibly can. I don't know how you do it over there at Vermillion, but I remember it was just a piece of paper that we wrote X's and O's, and you were a certain number on the O, and this is what you ran. And it seemed really simple on a piece of paper, but then as a scout team that ran it, sometimes they just ran into each other, and that's not what West Central is going to do. They run it to perfection. So you talk about the offensive side. We saw Chapman. He kind of picked up a little bit of an injury there, that nagging calf injury that he's had all season long. But is this back to the pass game? Are we going to see you throw it 50 times against West Central?
Well, I don't know the number of times we'll throw it, but it's certainly going to be our point of emphasis on how we foresee being able to move football. I don't think it's a smart decision trying to bang with them up front and run between the tackles. Chap is still really slow. He might have been 50% last night at practice, so that's really disappointing for him and our football team. But we'll maybe 48 hours makes a difference, and because he's an excellent receiver as well, and get him out of the backfield catching the football. He's dangerous good football player. Chap is a good football player, but we just haven't had him healthy enough.
Tom, there's a rumor that's going around that this is going to be potentially your last year when it comes to being a principal, that you might retire at the end of the year at Vermillion, which usually if a teacher retires from teaching, coaching goes along with it. They're ready to step away from it all. If this is potentially your last high school football game, you look at a very storied career for you high school. You played college football, and you've coached all across the state of South Dakota. Any favorite memories that you have as a coach?
Well, I just think each and every day you create memories when you see kids smiling on your practice field. It truly is a blessing to be able to be involved with public education and coaching. And so, I just think there's nothing that replaces a smile of a young man or a young lady that you work with either in the classroom or the hallway or in athletics or extracurriculars course or those matters when they smile and really appreciate the opportunity and like what they're doing. Smiles after wins are even more special. So, you take a look at those, like doing this 42 years, it's a blur. It's really unbelievable that it's actually been 42 years, but, we'll take a look at that once the season's over. We'll take a look at, how I feel. And the football really is a young man's game. And I'm most proud of the staff that I've been able to assemble here. I think we have the right guys to win big games and bring Vermillion back. So, those are decisions that would be made in the postseason. Certainly not something that you make before the season's over.
Once again, that is head coach Tom O'Boyle here on our pregame show. Again, fans, something we did not talk about there during the pregame show, or at least with our conversation with head coach Tom O'Boyle, is the scenario it comes down for the Vermillion Tanagers. Again, this is a team that, again, I kind of alluded to it there. This could be the end for Tom O'Boyle in his coaching career, but the Tanagers still could make the postseason. There is an opportunity. It is an outside chance at the moment. Everything that Vermillion would need, they need to not only win their football game, but they would also need Del Rapids to lose against Lennox, expecting that one to be a very exciting game, number 2 versus number 3 in the overall standings. And also Canton would need to lose. Canton plays against Tri-Valley. You may remember Canton started off 3-0. Their last win was against the Vermillion Tanagers. Vermillion injured Teague in that game. Canton Seahawks have not won since, losing 5 straight games. Again, Tri-Valley versus Canton. That one is in Tri-Valley. So again, Vermillion needs to win. They need Del Rapids and Canton to lose. And that means the Vermillion Tanagers would make the postseason, but they need all those 3 things to go right. And ultimately gets back to what I originally talked about with head coach Tom O'Boyle in our pregame interview. It's been over 2 decades since they last won in Hartford, South Dakota. Can something change? Can history be made tonight? Joe Van Goor with the broadcast for this evening is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV. I'm Heath Nimke with the pregame show.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregates, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Fans, as we come back to Jim Utech Stadium here at West Central High School in Hartford, South Dakota, that is our national anthem with the colors of our nation and state being presented. Well, welcome to Tanager football on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV, as the colors are being retired, as we mentioned, between tonight's game between the Vermillion Tanagers at 3-5 and the West Central Trojans, who are 5-3. The overall series record, West Central leads the Tanagers 36-19. So this is the 56th matchup overall, 42nd matchup in the regular season, where West Central leads that series 27-14, and in the playoffs, West Central leads the Tanagers 9-5. Now the Tanagers lost to West Central 41-7. The last win for Vermillion in the series 2021 when they beat West Central 28-20, but from 2001 to 2020, West Central dominated the series. The last win for the Tanagers before 2001 was in 2000 with Vermillion beating West Central 17-14. West Central was runner-up to Del Rapids in the 11A championship last season. They finished with a record of 9-3. 19 letter winners back, 6 starters back on offense, 4 starters back on the offensive line, and 6 starters back on defense. The head coach of the Trojans is Barry Mathis in his first full year. He was the interim coach for half a season last year. He was a longtime assistant to Jim Utek and Kent Mueller. By the way, Jim Utek is back on the staff as offensive coordinator for the Trojans. West Central lost to Sioux Falls Christian 42-13, defeated Bellefouche 56-15, defeated McCook Central Montrose 55-7, lost to Lennox 40-28, defeated Canton 48-14, lost to Del Rapids 26-0, defeated Dakota Valley 27-24, and defeated Millbank 55-7, and of course wrapping up the regular season with the Vermillion Tanagers. Of course, the Tanagers are coached by Tom O'Boyle, who's in his 4th year, a graduate of the University of South Dakota, assisted by Louis Budmeyer, Gary Culver, Caden Elder. The athletic trainer is Amy Richardson. And they are going to, I believe, I didn't ask for sure, but I believe it is senior night here at West Central, so we have a little bit longer pregame. That gives us time to give you the offensive and defensive starters for West Central. For West Central on offense, Colty Gary is the tight end. Patrick Hammond is the 2B. Keaton Vessels is the 3B. Caden Alston is the quarterback. Aiden Bartman is the 4B. And Carson Wilde is the 3B. So the 2B, 4B, and 3B are the backs, as West Central has gone back to, the old O'Gorman double wing unbalanced line. The rest of the offensive lineup, Bennett Ingalls is the split end. Cody Opitz is the center. Kane Grocott is the fast tackle. Cyrus Morris is the right guard. Carter Evans is the slow tackle. And Creighton Sandholm is the left guard. For West Central on defense, Eli Mundell at a linebacker. Patrick Hammond is a cornerback. Keaton Vessels at defensive tackle. C.J. Denboer is the corner. Carter Gross at free safety. The Sam linebacker is Aiden Bartman. The Will linebacker is Carson Wilde. The Bandit linebacker is Cooper Mulder. And end is Carter Evans. The Mike linebacker is Creighton Sandholm. And the nose is Seth Lind. Of course, West Central is a 12-time champion in 11A. They won 6 in a row from 2000 to 2005, but that record was broken by Pierre in 11AA when the Governors beat Yankton last season for their 7th 11AA championship in a row. During the decade of the 1990s, either Vermillion or West Central appeared in all 10 Class 11A championship games. Either Vermillion or West Central has been the champion or runner-up of the Class 11AA championship games that have been played from 1981 to 2023. Vermillion won 15 of the first 22 meetings in the series, while West Central has won 29 of the last 33 meetings. In the past 24 meetings between the two teams, West Central has outscored Vermillion 841 to 108, including 14 shutouts. And the captains are meeting in the middle. Connor Peterson, Sean Doan, Raleigh French, and also Landon Cerny. We'll give you our officiating crew here as we're watching the coin toss to see who gets the ball first or if they want to defer. The referee is Derek Olney. The umpire, Steve Creer. The head linesman, Casey Radowitz. The line judge is Casey Volker. And Todd Lamberty is the back judge. All right. So the white hat is moving on the side of the Tanagers. Tanagers have won the toss, and they will receive. They'll be moving right to left in the first quarter here on Vermillion Tanagers Live. West Central will be kicking off, moving left to right here in the first quarter as you're seeing it on Vermillion Tanagers Live, Live Ticket TV. So great to have you along here, along with Casey Titsey and Heath Nimke, who provided us with pregame coverage. I'm Joe Van Goor. Game number 9 in the season for Vermillion. And after it seemed that the Tanagers were out of the playoffs after a 14-7 loss to Dakota Valley last week, well, 3 things have to happen. Most importantly, the Tanagers have to win tonight. Then they're hoping for a Del Rapids and I believe Canton loss, as Heath explained it to you in our pregame show. All right, kicking off for West Central is Jonathan Goring. And back deep for the Tanagers, Connor Peterson and also Elijah Lara. Here's the advance, and we're underway. West Central all in blue, Vermillion in the red pants and the white jerseys. Here is Lara returning, and he will evade a couple of tackles and finally be brought down at the 23-yard line. So that's where the Tanagers will start, 1st and 10. So Vermillion 1st and 10. At their own 23-yard line. We do see Ryan Chapman in the backfield. He motions out of the backfield to the near sideline. Christofferson to throw, and the pass is incomplete as he short-hopped Elijah Lara. So, pass is incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Again, just underway. Hayden Christofferson has passed for 1,096 yards, 10 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Of course, the leading rusher for the Tanagers, Ryan Chapman, 383 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Connor Peterson is the leading receiver for the Tanagers, 39 catches, 549 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So on 2nd and 10 from the 23, here's Christofferson to throw again, rolling to the right, and it's caught, and for a 1st down across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Connor Peterson has it, and he has a Tanager 1st down after a gain of 12 to the 35-yard line. So the Tanagers with the initial 1st down of the game. We played about 30 seconds and no score here on Vermillion Tanagers Live, Live Ticket TV. All right, Tanagers will send a receiver to the far side, 2 to the near side. Christofferson in the gun on 1st and 10 from the 35. And Christofferson rolling to the near side. Pass underneath is complete to the 41-yard line. Another catch by Elijah Lara. Lara with 9 catches, 172 yards, and 2 touchdowns coming in. So a decent gain on 1st down. About 5 yards, it'll be 2nd down and 5. Hayden Christofferson will jog to the Vermillion sideline for the play. And Traquan Thomas is in as a receiver on the far side. And Peterson slotted inside of him. Here's motion. Oop! And the snap goes right by Hayden Christofferson. Has to be recovered by Ryan Chapman for a huge, huge loss. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and long. The ball was at the 41-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24-yard line, so a 17-yard loss. And it's going to be 3rd down and 23. So 3rd and 23 for the Tanagers. Back at their own 23-yard line. And our first flag of the game, and this has got to be a false start on Vermillion, which will bring up 3rd down and 28. So 5-yard penalty back to the 18-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 28. Tanagers have to get to their own 45 or 46-yard line for a first down. Back to throw is Christofferson. Pass over the middle is incomplete. It was intended for Landon Cerny. So that'll bring up 4th down, and Hayden Christofferson will punt. Nolan Nygren is the snapper. And going back deep, for West Central is Carter Gross, standing at about his own 45-yard line. High snap, but Hayden gets it down, gets off a high punt, and this one will take a great Vermillion bounce and bounce out of bounds on the far sideline right at midfield. So a 32-yard punt, but no return, but West Central will start at midfield with their first offensive series. 9:14 left to go first quarter here in the first quarter, and no score. And you will see West Central not deviate again from that old O'Gorman unbalanced line double wing offense. They do send somebody in motion, and here's a pitch to the near side, and a first down, and a whole lot more. This is Aiden Bartman. Bartman ran right through the Tanager defense that time for about a 15-yard gain and a West Central first down. So the first down for West Central in the game, a 15-yard pickup by Bartman. Here comes West Central with a 1st and 10 at the Tanager 35, their first trip into Tanager territory tonight. Here's Bartman again. He bounced off of Cameron Bottleson, and a gain across the 30 to about the 27-yard line. That's a gain of 7. It's going to be 3rd down and about 3. Leading tacklers for the Tanagers, Riley French has 91. Cameron Bottleson has 57.5. And with 32.5 is Caleb Lara. So on 3rd down, here's motion and a hand up right off the middle, and close to a first down are the Trojans across the 25 to the Tanager 23-yard line. And that was Patrick Hammond on the carry. So 1st and 10 West Central at the Vermillion 23. 7:50 left to go first quarter. And West Central starting from their own 50 as at 1st and 10 at the Tanager 23. Here's motion and the handoff right up the middle to Carson Wilde. And Carson Wilde will get inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line. A quick buster for 19 yards and a 1st and goal for West Central at the Vermillion 4-yard line. Clock continues to run. 7:23 left to go first quarter. So West Central knocking on the door with a 1st and goal. Actually, they'll mark it at the Vermillion 6-yard line. Here's motion. And the handoff for a touchdown. Keaton Vessels will get a touchdown run. 7:02 left to go. First quarter. Vessels with a 6-yard run for the Trojans. And now the extra point And the extra point is up, and the extra point is good by Jonathan Gehring. So 7:02 left to go in the first quarter. It's West Central 7, Vermillion nothing. Back after this on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Okay, a 50-yard drive by West Central on their first drive of the game. Keaton Vessels with a 6-yard run, Gehring with the kick. Again, a 50-yard drive, and West Central with a 7-0 lead over Vermillion. 7:02 left to go in the first quarter. Gehring, who kicked the extra point, will kick to Connor Peterson. And this time, it's Lara. Lara will get forward progress across the 25 to the 27-yard line, and that's where Vermillion will start drive number 2. Vermillion did get a first down on their first series, but then a high snap over the head of Hayden Christofferson made it 23 to the line of game, and then a false start penalty made it 28 yards to the line of game, and they ended up punting. So the Tanagers will start with a trip set here on the near side on 1st and 10 from their own 27. Here's a pass to the right, complete to Peterson, and Peterson takedown from behind. Nope, I'm sorry. Sean Doan, and the tackle made by C.J. Denboer. It'll bring up second down and about 4 at the Tanager 33-yard line. Again, that trip set to the near side. Christofferson a dump over the middle. Got a catch and a first down, and breaking tackles was Elijah Lara. Lara will get to the 44-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and a second Vermillion first down. So Tanagers with the passing game. Moving it well so far. West Central is averaging 332 yards a game on offense and 35 points. Defense giving up almost 300 yards per game. That's 22 points a game, and the West Central defense has 11 sacks on the season. Christofferson on a fade pattern will overthrow his man at the 40-yard line. That was Traquan Thomas, as he was covered by C.J. Denboer, the corner. So it'll bring up 2nd and 10 as the clock stops on the incompletion. 5:36 left to go first quarter. And West Central leads Vermillion 7-0. Of course, this is the last night of action in the regular season for 11A, 11 AAA, and 11 AA, while 11B, 9 AA, 9A, and 9B have their first round games. We'll give you those scores at halftime and at the end of the game. On 2nd and 10, high snap, Christofferson will keep, and he will barely get back to the line of scrimmage. One of the last to get up was Eli Mundahl, a linebacker. Yep, it is a loss on the play. Back to the 42-yard line. Now I'm hearing two different pronunciations for Carson Wilde. Now you know there's a Wilde that is a fine receiver for South Dakota State, but I'm hearing now Wild is the name. All right, so 3rd down along 11 for Vermillion at their own 43-yard line. Here's Christofferson rolling, caught, short of a first down, but this might be 4-down territory for the Tanagers. Ball was caught by Elijah Lara, and making the stop was Cooper Mulder. A gain of about 9 or 10. It'll be 4th down and about 2. Tanagers in Trojan territory for the first time at the 48, and the offense is staying on the field. Clock running with 4:24 left to go first quarter. And it's 7-0 West Central. Let's see if the Tanagers can convert on 4th down. So trip set to the far side. Christofferson pass over the middle. A high catch made by Landon Cerny. He had to juggle it once, but he caught it, broke some tackles, got a first down across the West Central 40, down to the 38-yard line. So the Tanagers keep the down markers moving with about a 10-yard gain and a 1st and 10 at the West Central 38-yard line. So good second drive by the Tanagers. Again, they started at their own 27-yard line, and they convert on 4th down and a long 2. So 1st and 10 Vermillion on the near side hash at the West Central 38. Chapman moving out of the formation. Here's a pass to the left, and it's complete to Landon Cerny. Cerny will get across the West Central 35 down to about the 33-yard line. Well, let's call it about a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. So the Tanager passing game, if you don't mind the high snap over Hayden Christofferson's head, that kind of messed up the first drive for the Tanagers. But the Tanagers moving pretty well. Again, starting at their own 27. They're at the West Central 33 with a 2nd down and 5. Fast first quarter, 2:45 left to go in the quarter. West Central 7, Vermillion nothing. Tanagers with a 2nd and 5 at the West Central 33. Motioning out is Chapman. Back to throw Christofferson. Christofferson over the middle. Got another catch. Elijah Lara at first down at the 26-yard line. About a 7-yard pass play over the middle. And the Tanagers just 6 yards outside the red zone with a 1st and 10 at the West Central 26-yard line. So Hayden Christofferson is making some good reads early. And the Tanagers moving right down the field. Now let's see if they can finish it. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Christofferson back to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's caught at the 10 and down. A fumble, and it's recovered by West Central, and they are bringing it out. Elijah Lara had the ball, and he fumbled into the end zone, and it was brought out by Patrick Hammond. Hammond could have just plain fell down. It would have been a touchback, but now the officials will be meeting. The ball will be marked at the 32-yard line. So was Elijah Lara down because the ground can't cause a fumble? That's what I think the officials are talking about. If Lara was down or the ground can't cause a fumble. Like you said, he caught the ball at about the 10. No, they're going to say West Central football. Wow. It appeared that Lara, like you said, hit the ground and fumbled it cleanly. It was taken out of the end zone by Patrick Hammond and recovered or returned to the 33-yard line. So West Central with a 1st and 10 at the 33. And our white hat, Derek Omi, going over to Coach Tom O'Boyle to explain what was there. We'd probably have to talk to OB what happened there. On a great drive, that ended in a fumble, we think. Here's a pass to the left, and it's incomplete, as Caden Olson was looking for Eli Mundahl. Olson in passing, 208 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. Mundahl, their leading receiver, 88 yards and a touchdown. In rushing, Aiden Bartman, 742 yards, 8 touchdowns coming in. Patrick Hammond, 435 yards rushing, and 9 touchdowns coming in. 2nd and 10 from the 33. Here's the handoff inside. And getting yardage to the 40-yard line is Wild. So they pronounce it Wild and not Wildy, like the receiver from Sioux Falls Jefferson now playing for South Dakota State. So the gain is to the 40. It'll be 3rd down and about 3 with 1:14 left to go first quarter. West Central, after recovering a Vermillion fumble in the end zone and returning it to the 33, has 3rd and 3 at their own 40. And Olson will keep it himself. He'll dive toward the line to gain, and he should have a first down where they mark him at the 44. He needed 3. He got 4, and West Central will keep the drive going. So Vermillion got as far as the West Central 26 before Elijah Lara caught the pass and fumbled inside the 5 into the end zone. Patrick Hammond brought it out to the 33 for West Central. But kind of wonder if the ground caused the fumble. Well, we'll have to worry about that till after the game with Coach OB if he comes up and talks to us. Here is Bartman on the carry, and Bartman breaking tackles, has a first down across midfield into Tanager territory at the 43-yard line, and a Tanager slow to get up. That is Traquan Thomas, who has 4 interceptions on the season. But it's another first down, and that will be the last play of the first quarter. From Jim Utech Stadium at West Central High School in Hartford, South Dakota, in Class 11A football after a quarter, it's West Central 7, Vermillion nothing. We'll be back after this on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dog. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Second quarter from Jim Utech Stadium at West Central in Hartford, along with Caleb Titze, our producer, Heath Nimke on the pregame. I'm Joe Van Goor. 1st and 10, West Central at the Vermillion 43. And here's the handoff inside. And as they untangle him, it's Carson Wild. Carson Wild will get about 5 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the 39. Let's see if we can update you on other 11A scores. Del Rapids leads Lennox 7-0 late first quarter. Rapid City Christian leads Bellevue 6-0, 3 minutes to go first quarter. Madison over Millbank 4-0 late first 14-0 late first quarter. Here is an option run. And with the ball is Patrick Hammond. Hammond will have a first down as he's finally brought down by Raleigh French at the Vermillion 40-yard line. So again, Madison over Millbank 14-0 late first quarter. Custer over Lakota Tech 28-0, 5 minutes to go first quarter. Canton leads Tri-Valley 7-6 late first quarter. And 11 minutes to go in the second quarter at Dakota Valley. Sioux Falls Christian 3, and Dakota Valley nothing. Now, someone lost a mouthpiece, and that was Caleb Lara. So 1st and 10, West Central at the Vermillion 30. Here's the handoff inside to Bartman. Bartman gets across the 25 down to the 24-yard line. A gain of about 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. So again, Vermillion on their second drive got as far as the West Central 26. A pass complete to Elijah Lara, but he fumbled inside the 5. It was recovered in the end zone by Patrick Hammond of West Central. He brought it out to the 33, and West Central has had the ball since. And here's another strong run by West Central. This run by Evan Jatan. And Jatan has the first down in the red zone. 1st and 10 for West Central at the Tanager 13. 10-12 left to go, first half. West Central leads 7-0, and they're going right through the Tanagers with that double wing. Here's the handoff. No, it was a great fake. And into the end zone for the touchdown. Keaton Vessels with his second touchdown run. And this comes at 9:59 of the second quarter this time from 13 yards out. And Gehring will kick the extra point out of the hold of Evan Jatan. Cody Opitz is the snapper. The extra point is good. 9:59 left to go, first quarter, 14-0. West Central on Live Ticket TV, Vermillion Tanagers Live.
This month in Grossenburg's calendar, it's their Kids Coloring Contest. If your kid is 6 to 12 years old, they can color the page on the calendar and bring it into your local Grossenburg location where their staff will judge and your kid could win a $100 gift certificate for John Deere merchandise. See any of their 9 Grossenburg locations and get your kid what they want most, $100 in John Deere merchandise with their coloring contest only at Grossenburg Implement.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
All right, so 67-yard drive by West Central after recovering a Vermillion fumble in the end zone and brought out by Patrick Hammond to the 33. Here it comes to the 5, to the 10, 15, 20, 25, as Elijah Lara will return it to the 25-yard line. And Vermillion, now down 2 scores, has some work to do now. 1st and 10 at their own 25, their third series of the game, now down 14-0. And the West Central double wing unbalanced line has been run to perfection so far tonight. Hayden Christofferson in the gun. Ryan Chapman to the right of him. Now Chapman will motion out of the formation. Here's a pass to the left side. And too high for Landon Cerny. So the incompletion will bring up a 2nd and 10 at the Tanager 25. Tanager football brought to you by the Soap Guys Royal Car Wash. Our cars never seem clean, but with the Soap Guys and Royal Car Wash in Vermillion, they'll have your ride shining like new. And also brought to you by the Vermillion Booster Club. Be a part of the future of Vermillion athletics. You still have a chance to join with winter sports coming up here in the latter part of November, early part of December. Here is Christofferson, pass over the middle, and it's caught. Sean Doan near a first down across the 30. They'll mark him at the 38-yard line. He is 2 yards shy of the first down, so it'll be 3rd down and 2. Tanager football also brought to you by First Bank and Trust. Enjoy the convenience of digital banking from anywhere, including fast and secure mobile and online options. Customized features let you streamline banking tasks all across all platforms, even other financial institutions. Banking has never been easier at First Bank and Trust. 3rd and 2 for the Tanagers as we have a timeout. Yep, Vermillion will take a timeout, their first of the half. 9:05 left to go in the first half. It's West Central 14, Vermillion nothing. Back after this on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
All right, Tanagers take a timeout, 3rd and 2 from their own 33-yard line as they go into a wishbone formation as Sean Doan was the quarterback, and a great run to get a first down across the 40, and it was Raleigh French carrying the ball that time. Raleigh French carries on 3rd and 2 for about 14 yards and a Tanager first down, and he was carrying about 4 or 5 West Central Trojans on his back. I'm not kidding. So a great run by Raleigh French as they shift to the wishbone with Sean Doan as quarterback. Christofferson from the gun on 1st and 10. Here's motion by Lara to the near side. Christofferson to throw, looking long for Doan, and he can't get him at the West Central 37-yard line. Did have a couple of Trojans out there with him, and the incompletion brings up 2nd and 10. Clock stops at 8:20 left to go first half, and Vermillion trailing West Central 14-0. 2 Keaton Vessel touchdown runs of 6 and 13 yards. The second one after a Vermillion turnover, which I'm still kind of wondering if the ground didn't cause that fumble. So from an empty backfield, Christofferson to throw, looking to the left side and incomplete. Looking for Ryan Chapman out of the backfield. The pass incomplete at midfield, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Tanager football brought to you by Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop delivers exceptional auto repair and paint services. Their body shop specializes in automotive collision repair, paint, framework, and glass. Blaine's Body Shop, proud sponsor of Vermillion High School Athletics on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV. So 3rd down and 10 for the Tanagers. Chapman behind Christofferson in the gun on 3rd and 10. Christofferson a 2-step drop, looking to the right, and had it in his hands, but couldn't hang on. Connor Peterson was hit from behind by Aiden Bartman. So that'll bring up a 4th down and a punting situation. Again, going back is Carter Gross for West Central. Aiden Christofferson will punt. Had a 32-yard punt the first time. Again, the long snapper is Nolan Nygren. So good snap. And here's the return starting at the 30 to the 35-40. And fumble on the play. It's loose. Who's got it? Oh, West Central recovered. Keaton Vessels, Johnny on the spot after Carter Gross got it. And the fumble will be marked where? At the 46-yard line. So West Central with drive number 3 with decent field position, 1st and 10 at their own 46. With 8:01 left to go first half, and 14-0 West Central. Motion by Bartman. Here's the handoff inside to Carson Wild. Wild will get to the 50-yard line. So 2nd down and about 6 coming up. Voss with the tackle for Vermillion. As West Central changes personnel in the backfield. On 2nd and 6 from the far hash at midfield. And the handoff to Hammond. Hammond with a first down into Tanager territory down to the 43-yard line, about a 7-yard gain, and another West Central first down. Cameron Bottleson with the stop. But again, when Barry Mathis took over as the interim coach midseason last year, he brought back that old O'Gorman unbalanced line, double wing. And, well, West Central is running that to perfection so far tonight. On 1st and 10, here's the handoff to Carson Wild. And Wild will get about 5 yards on the carry to the Tanager 38-yard line. Riley French with the tackle after a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Gosh, and we're almost halfway through the second quarter already. 6:30 left to go first half. Vermillion trailing West Central 14-0. Here's motion and the handoff to Evan Jatan off the left side. Big gain here on the near sideline as he's finally knocked out of bounds inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. So about a 20-yard gain and a West Central first down just outside the red zone. Again, Vermillion needs to win, the most important thing, and a couple of teams to lose for them to qualify for the 11A playoffs, but West Central has owned this game so far. Here's Bartman with the carry. Bartman will get stood up at the 20-yard line, and they will mark him right at the 20. After a gain of about 4, 2nd and 6 coming up. And the quarterback, Caden Olson, comes to the sideline just like Hayden Christofferson does for Vermillion with the play. So 2nd down and 6 for West Central, right at the Vermillion 20-yard line. Olson will carry. He's at the 15. And he gets to the 11-yard line before Elijah Lara brings him down. But that's another West Central first down as the Trojans are in the red zone again. Now 5:19 left to go first half. West Central 14, Vermillion nothing, and they're looking for more. And now a timeout. Timeout wanted by Vermillion. That's their second of 3 timeouts in the first half. West Central 14, Vermillion nothing. 5:09 left to go first half. Back after this on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no-obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
All right, after the second Vermillion timeout of the first half, a short running play by Carson Wild. Wild will get inside the 10, down to between the 8 and 7 yard line. Under 5 minutes to go first half, West Central 14, and it's 2nd and goal for West Central. Again, they have scored on their first 2 possessions, Keaton Vessels with touchdowns. Here's motion. Hand off to Wild. Wild driving. Tanager's trying to keep him out of the end zone, but he does fall in. Yes. Touchdown, West Central. 4:24 left to go in the first half to make it 20-0. This time Wild with a, let's call it a 7-yard run. And now Jonathan Gehring out of the hold of Evan Jatan. Again, the snapper, Cody Opitz. And the right-footed kicker puts it up, and it is through. And it's 21-0 West Central. 4:24 left to go first half on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
All right, now a 54-yard drive by West Central. They started at their own 46. So a 54-yard drive. Gehring with the kick. It'll come to Peterson at the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25. Still on his feet and driving toward the 30-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him after about 3 or 4 Trojans bring him down on special teams. So Connor Peterson with about a 20-yard return, but the Tanagers now have to get something on the board before the end of the first half. They have 1 timeout left here in the first half. Vermillion has, West Central, I should say, has all 3 of theirs. Again, Carson Wild with a 7-yard touchdown run. Here's a pass to the left, caught by Chapman. Chapman to the 35, ridden down by Wild on the far side. And they will mark him at the 37-yard line. So again, the original line of scrimmage at the 30. So a 7-yard pass play to the far sideline, and it'll be 2nd and 3 for Vermillion from their own 37. Christofferson looking to the left, quick pass. It's caught by Landon Cerny, but not for much. Well, I'm wrong. He got a couple yards. He needed another half yard, so it's 3rd and a half yard after a 2.5-yard catch by Landon Cerny. So 3rd and a half yard for Vermillion between the Tanager 39 and 40-yard line. Now 3:09 left to go first half. It's West Central 21, Vermillion nothing. Christofferson under center will run for it. Boy, I don't know. They stop him at the line to gain. I think the officials are going to give it to him. Yes, it is. Yep. First down. As Hayden Christofferson under center will get a half yard, maybe a couple inches more, and the down sticks keep moving for the Tanagers on this drive. Again, the Tanagers on their first drive started from their own 23, eventually punted after getting a first down. Then starting from their own 27, the passing game was working great. Pass to Elijah Lara, fumbled inside the 5, was recovered in the end zone by Patrick Hammond of West Central. Brought out to the 33, and West Central scored after that. 1st and 10, pass to Peterson. Peterson is wrestled down at the 44-yard line. So a gain of about 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. But now, under 2 minutes to go first half, Tanagers trailing 21-0. So Tanagers will send that trip set to the far side and a receiver here on the near side. Christofferson back to throw. Looking long for Traquan Thomas. Oh, and he had it. But it was knocked away at the last moment by C.J. Denboer. And that'll bring up 3rd and 6 and a stop of the clock at 1:26 left to go in the half. West Central 21, Vermillion 0. Tanager football brought to you by Masaba. At Masaba, we value people as much as performance. Join their talented team as they develop and deliver unparalleled, dependable solutions to partners around the world. Share your expertise, skill, and talent and commitment to excellence with Masaba. 3rd and 6 for the Tanagers, just shy of their own 45-yard line. Christofferson, pass to Peterson. It is tipped up in the air, and it's intercepted. And this one could be returned for a touchdown as Bartman has a return. It was intended for Peterson. I think it was tipped by Peterson. The pass was a little behind him, but the pass was tipped up, and Aiden Bartman will intercept. And now West Central set up inside the red zone, 1st and 10 at the Vermillion 14-yard line after the second turnover. So West Central looking for another touchdown off a Tanager turnover. Here's motion and a pitch to Bartman going to the far sidelines. Got blockers in front of him. Breaks a tackle or two, and he's into the end zone. Yes, he is, for a West Central touchdown. So a one-play, 14-yard drive, 1:09 left to go in the half. Bartman makes it 27-0 as Gehring comes on for the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 1:09 left to go in the first half. It's West Central 28, Vermillion 0 on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Well, after a interception thrown by Hayden Christofferson, his 11th of the season, West Central scores on a Aiden Bartman 14-yard run, so a one-play 14-yard drive. The Gehring kick makes it West Central 28 and Vermillion 0. Here's the kickoff by Gehring. And a line drive to Peterson. Peterson's in the open, but now he's brought down at the 34-yard line. Good return, but now Vermillion has to tack on something. We said it before, but we'll say it again. Vermillion with down now 28-0. West Central has scored on every drive, 2 touchdowns off turnovers, and Vermillion will start 1st and 10 here at the 35 with just 1:02 left to go in the first half, and Tanagers with 1 timeout left. Chapman motioning out of the backfield. Christofferson with a pass to Chapman. Chapman makes a move, gets to the 40 on the far sideline, near a first down. After about an 8-yard gain to the 43-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 2, but the clock continues to run, so the Tanagers quickly up on the line with a 2nd and 2 at their own 43. Christofferson with a pass that's batted down by the defensive line. So that'll bring up 3rd down and about 2. Clock stops. Well, why is the clock continuing to run? That was an incomplete pass, wasn't it? It was knocked down, but the clock is running. Why? I thought that pass by Christofferson, and the first half has come to an end. Wasn't that an incomplete pass that should have stopped the clock with about 22 seconds left? Well, that's the end of the first half, and it's been all West Central. It's West Central 28, Vermillion nothing. Vermillion football brought to you by the Hanson Funeral Home. While honoring your loved one is their top priority, they also want to help you through this difficult time. They have a wide range of resources to support you not only today, but in the weeks and months to come. We'll be back with halftime after this on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a check mark. All in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
All right, back at Jim Utech Stadium, West Central High School, Hartford, South Dakota, along with Caleb Titsey producing, and also Heath Nimke on the pregame show. I'm Joe Van Goor, and in game number 9 of the Vermillion Tanager season, to wrap up the regular season, It's been all West Central as they have a 28-0 lead at the half. Did I mention how much of a great night it is for football at kickoff? Here in Hartford, we had partly to mostly cloudy skies, 58 degrees with a light northeast wind. Vermillion won the toss and elected to receive. They started from their own 23, did get a first down but had to punt. Then West Central, starting from midfield, scored on a Keaton Vessel 6-yard touchdown run with 7:02 left in the half, a 50-yard drive, and the Jonathan Gehring kick made it West Central 7 and Vermillion nothing. But then Vermillion on their second drive was moving great with the passing game. They had it at the West Central 26, a pass from Hayden Christofferson to Elijah Lara. Lara fumbled inside the 5. We'll have to ask Coach O'Brien if that's the explanation he got. The ground can't cause a fumble, we don't know. But it was Patrick Hammond that picked it up in the end zone and brought it out to the 33-yard line. And then West Central, during that drive, saw the end of the first quarter with them leading 7-0. Then 9:59 left to go in the second quarter. Keaton Vessels with a 13-yard run on a 67-yard drive. The Gehring kick made it 14-0. Then Vermillion started from their own 25 and had to punt. West Central, starting from their own 46-yard line, got a Carson Wild 7-yard touchdown run. It was a 46-yard drive in 9 plays, and the Gehring kick made it West Central 21, Vermillion nothing. Then Vermillion got it at their own 30-yard line. Hayden Christofferson threw his 11th interception of the season, a pass intended for Connor Peterson. Then West Central, starting from the Vermillion 14, scored on one play. Aiden Bartman from 14 yards out on the run. The Gehring kick on a one-play 14-yard drive. And West Central led 28-0. Vermillion got it at the 35, and the clock ran out to be here at halftime here at Jim Utech Stadium. Well, we'll check other 11A scores on the last night of the regular season. We'll check the other 6 classes in South Dakota, including the playoffs for Class 11B and the 9-man schools, after this on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
All right, at the half, West Central 28, Vermillion nothing. Again, as Heath Nimke told you in the pregame show, 3 things had to happen for the Tanagers tonight to make the 11A playoffs. Well, they're trailing West Central at the half 28-0. Tanagers need to win this game, and they had to have Canton and Del Rapids lose. Well, in other 11A games, Canton 23, Tri-Valley 14 under a minute to go in the second quarter. At halftime, Del Rapids leads Lennox 19-0. Rapid City Christian over Belle Fourche 25-8. Custer over Lakota Tech, 5 minutes left to go first half, 56-8. Madison over Millbank 28-0 at halftime. And listen to this, folks, Dakota Valley 14, Sioux Falls Christian 3 at Dakota Valley with under a minute to go in the first quarter. Last night of action for 11 AAA, Brandon Valley defeated Sioux Falls Jefferson 28-3. T-Area leads Sioux Falls Washington 15-14, a minute to go in that one. Start of the fourth quarter, Sioux Falls Lincoln leading Harrisburg 20-17. Rapid City Central leading Rapid City Stevens 28-21, under a minute to go first half. And O'Gorman leads Sioux Falls Roosevelt 14-0. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. In 11 AA, Yankton all over Mitchell 49-6 with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Pierre leads Douglas 27-0, 2 minutes to go first half. Watertown over Aberdeen Central 35-7, a minute to go in the first half. That is going to be the Arrows' last game at venerable Watertown Stadium that was built in 1932. Spearfish and Sturgis Bound tied at 3 with a minute to go before halftime. Brookings leads Huron at halftime 20-7. Now to the playoffs. In 11B, Winter beat Hot Springs 38-14. St. Thomas More over Groton Area 40-12, 3 minutes to go in the game. Mobridge Pollock over McCook Central Montrose 29-12, 5 minutes to go in the game. At halftime, Elk Point Jefferson over Flandreau 36-6. Mount Vernon Plankington over Wagner 8-0 at the start of the third quarter. At halftime, Sioux Valley leads Dual 14-7. Clark Willow Lake over Bridgewater Emory Ethan 20-13, under a minute to go in the first half. At halftime, Woonsocket Wessington Springs Sanborn Central leads Aberdeen Roncalli 7-0. In 9 AA, Viborg Hurley trying to hold off Britton Hecla. Viborg Hurley 28, Britton Hecla 18, 4 minutes to go in that one. Elkton Lake Benton defeated Great Plains Lutheran 54-0. 5 minutes to go first half. Hill City 27, Bonham 6. Hamlin over Wabash Summit 55-0 late first half. Hanson over Trip Delmont Armor, Andy Central Dakota Christian at halftime 20-12. Parkston leading Stanley County 46-6, 8 minutes to go first half. Kimball White Lake over Leola Frederick Area 14-6 at halftime. Also at halftime, Freeman Marion Freeman Academy leads DeSmet 32-6. In 9A, Howard over Timber Lake 60-6. Woolsey Wessington over Lemon McIntosh 50-14, 5 minutes to go third quarter. Dupree over Harding County Bison 34-8, 3 minutes to go third quarter. Wall over Chester Area 52-0. Alcester Hudson leads Castlewood 12-8, 5 minutes to go first half. Under a minute to go, well, now it just went to the half. Warner 21, Gayville Volland 6. At halftime, Ipswich 24, Esteline Hendricks 0. Phillip leads Centerville 30-14. 4 minutes to go before halftime. And now in 9B, again, this is first round action in 11B, 9AA, 9A, and 9B. In 9B, 2 minutes left to go in the game. Corsica Stickney leads Harriet Selby Area 38-6. Avon over Jones County 67-6. Sully Buttes over Arlington 54-0. Kadoka area over Burke 32-6. Del Rapid St. Mary over Irene Wakanda 48-6. Canastota leads Oldham Ramona Rutland 36-0 under a minute to go, first half. Falkton area over Sunshine Bible Academy 30-0. 7 minutes left to go before halftime, and a minute left to go in the first half. Coleman Egan 30 and Hitchcock Tulare 6. So you were caught up in 11A, 11 AAA, 11 AA, and first round playoff action in 11B and the 3 9-man schools here at the half in Hartford at Jim Utex Stadium. It's West Central 28, Vermillion nothing. We'll be back with more halftime after this timeout here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers. When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregate, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
This month in Grossenburg's calendar, it's their Kids Coloring Contest. If your kid is 6 to 12 years old, they can color the page on the calendar and bring it in to your local Grossenburg location, where their staff will judge and your kid could win a $100 gift certificate for John Deere merchandise. See any of their 9 Grossenburg locations and get your kid what they want most, $100 in John Deere merchandise, with their coloring contest only at Grossenburg Implement.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
All right, Raleigh French will start off the second half with a kickoff. Here's a reverse, and running with it is Bochi Knight, who does kickoff return and punt return for West Central, and he will return it to the 34-yard line. Again, West Central leading 28-0 with the ball first here in the third quarter. If West Central should happen to score and get the extra point, we will have a running clock for the rest of the game. So on 1st and 10, here's the handoff to Bartman, and Bartman surrounded after about a 3-yard gain to the 37-yard line, as Raleigh French was there, Doan was there, and also for the Tanagers, Dane Richardson. So a gain of 3 or 4, probably closer to 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 at the 29-yard line. So the line of scrimmage, not the 34, 24 as I had written down. Here on 2nd down and 6. Handoff goes to Bartman. Bartman brought down on the play by Corbin Heckens after about a 2-yard gain. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 4 after a gain of 2. Or maybe a long 3. West Central hasn't punted yet tonight. Vermillion has punted a couple times. They have turned the ball over on drives twice, turned into West Central touchdowns. And here is Olson. He is met after a yard gain, so West Central will not get the first down, and for the first time tonight, they'll have to punt it away. Getting up last for the Tanagers was Hayden John. And so for the first time, we see the punter, Eli Mundahl. And going back for the Tanagers is Connor Peterson, standing at about his own 30-yard line. Mundahl. Kind of a short punt, but it takes a great West Central bounce. It bounces inside the 35 to the 33-yard line, so about a 27-yard punt. And again, West Central punting for the first time. Tanagers will take over for the first time in the third quarter, 1st and 10 at their own 33, but trailing 28-0 with 9:45 left to go in the third quarter. All right, Hayden Christofferson from the gun. Ryan Chapman right behind him. And back to throw, Christofferson. Pass to the left and incomplete to Connor Peterson. Christofferson might have led him just a little bit too much. Pass is incomplete at the 45-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 10. So 2nd down and 10 for Vermillion from their own 33-yard line. Christofferson from an empty backfield, this time back to throw. Pass to the right, and it's incomplete to Ryan Chapman out of the backfield. Coverage that time by C.J. Denboer and Carter Gross. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10. So the clock stops on the incompletion with 9:38 left to go, 3rd quarter. 28-0 West Central over Vermillion in the regular season finale for both. West Central will be in the 11A playoffs next week. Like we said, Vermillion's got to have a miracle comeback and a couple other teams to lose to make the playoffs. Back to throw Christofferson from an empty backfield, looking long, and it's intercepted. It was intended for Lara, and it's intercepted by Carter Gross. 3rd turnover for the Tanagers tonight, and they will start about at midfield at their own 48-yard line. West Central has 2 touchdowns off Tanager turnovers. That is the 12th interception thrown by Hayden Christofferson. West Central has it 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line, leading 28-0 with 9:32 left to go, 3rd quarter. From the double wing, here's the handoff to Hammond. Hammond was the one that picked up the fumble in the end zone after Lara fumbled inside the 5 for Vermillion and brought it out to the 33. Cameron Bottleson with that stop after a gain of 5. They're in Tanager territory with a 2nd down, let's say a short 5, just shy of the Tanager 46-yard line. Again, from that unbalanced double wing, handoff right up the middle, and this is Vessels. Vessels, who scored the first 2 touchdowns for West Central, has the 1st down inside the 30 to the 27-yard line for another West Central 1st down. Again, Keaton Vessels with a 6-yard run with 7 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. Vessels with a 13-yard run. 9:59 left to go in the 1st half. That got West Central out to a 14-0 lead. That 2nd touchdown by Vessels was off a Tanager turnover. So 1st and 10, West Central at the Tanager 27. Handoff goes to Bartman. And Bartman gets to the 2nd level. Gets to the 21-yard line. So a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4 coming up. Late into the huddle, Keaton Vessels for West Central. So 2nd and 4 from the 21. Olson will hand it off to Vessels, and Vessels in the clear. He's into the end zone for another West Central touchdown, his 3rd of the night. This with 7:32 left to go, 3rd quarter. Vessels with now 3 touchdown runs of 6, 13, and now 21 yards to make it 34-0. And again, Jonathan Gehring out of the hold of Evan Jatan. Again, the snapper is Cody Opitz to make it a 35-0 lead. The extra point is up, and the extra point is good. 7:32 left to go, 3rd quarter. West Central 35, Vermillion 0 on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
All right, after a Tanager turnover, the 3rd of the night, West Central turns it into 7 more points, 21 points off turnovers. for West Central tonight. And Keaton Vessels with his third touchdown run of the night, a 21-yard run and a 52-yard drive. The Gehring kick makes it 35-0. And now we have a running clock. Here's the kickoff. And it is not picked up by Vermillion. I believe it's picked up by West Central. So a special teams gap by the Tanagers, and West Central will take over. So Vermillion, well, you could say, muffs the kickoff return. West Central takes over. 1st and 10 at the Vermillion 23-yard line. Wow. And that is just like a turnover. So that is turnover number 4 for the Tanagers tonight. Here is Olson with a fake, and it didn't fake out the Tanagers. Connor Peterson was there. Caleb Lara was there for the sack. And I believe that's either the first or second negative yardage play for West Central tonight. It moved it back across the 25 to the 27-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 15. But, folks, now we're in a running clock, and we will be over quickly. Here's motion. Handoff to Bartman. Bartman straight up. Probably gets back the loss, save for 1 yard. It'll be 3rd down and 11. So 35-0 West Central in running time here in the 3rd quarter. Again, the only time the clock is stopped during running time is the end of the quarter. I believe, change of possession, a timeout, or an injury timeout. So 3rd down, they're going to call it 12. And here's the pitch to Bartman. Bartman cuts up field, keeps on going. Flag comes on the play. Boy, I think we only had, 2 or 3 flags in the first half, and now we have our first one of the second half. But a flag coming in from the back, and West Central is backing up. Block in the back by West Central, as Bartman did get to the 15, but West Central to be penalized 10 yards, which will be 3rd down and 15. Tanager football brought to you by Dakota Financial Services, John Brooks. John is proud to provide a wide range of products and services for his customers' need. As an independent agent, he focuses on providing home, auto, health, life, and business insurance products that are created with each specific individual and business in mind. And on 3rd down and long, nothing fancy here. Patrick Hammond with the carry. And he will get about 10 yards to the 17-yard line, where it's going to bring up 4th down. And with 4:47 left to go, 3rd quarter and running time, West Central does change some personnel. I believe they have a new quarterback. Nope, it is Olson. Here's motion. Handoff goes to Hammond. Hammond busted outside. He's going toward the end zone, and he is in for a West Central touchdown. Patrick Hammond will score. And that is a 17-yard run on 4th down and 5. Gehring with the extra point, trying to make it 42-0. Clock stops. Like we said, there will be a change of possession. And now the holder has to run with it, and he will get to the pylon. Jatan with the 2-point conversion after messing up the hold on the extra point. So 43-0 West Central with 4:05 left to go, 3rd quarter and running time on Vermillion Tanagers Live, Live Ticket TV.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
All right, after Vermillion failed to pick up the kickoff by West Central takes over from the Vermillion 23. Pat Hammond with a 17-yard run on 4th and 5. And Jatan messing up the hold on the extra point, carries it in for the 2-point conversion. So that's more points off turnovers. West Central 43, Vermillion nothing. And Gehring will be kicking it off for West Central. And this one is sailing toward the end zone. And it does go into the end zone. Touchback will bring it out to the 20. So Vermillion with their second possession of the second half. The first one, after a West Central punt, started at their own 33, but Hayden Christofferson threw his 12th interception of the season that turned into points for West Central, and then on the ensuing kickoff, Vermillion didn't pick up the kickoff, and then West Central scored again. Here's Christofferson to throw, looking over the middle, and it's caught by Elijah Lara for a first down across the 30 to the 32-yard line. So a 12-yard catch and run by Elijah. And first down, 3:17 left to go, third quarter in running time. It's West Central 43 and Vermillion nothing. So from an empty backfield, Hayden Christofferson with a pass complete to Landon Cerny. Whiting covers up on the tackle for West Central with a gain of 2 to the 34. It'll be second down and 8. But as in the case of running time, it doesn't take long. So Tanagers with a second down and 8 on the near side hash at their own 34-yard line. Chapman, who has caught a pass or two and been a target on a couple others, hasn't really had a run tonight. Here's a pass over the middle and almost intercepted. It was intended for Elijah Lara, but a Trojan in all blue with blue helmets had a beat on it. So the incompletion brings up third down and 8 from their own 34. Now under 2 minutes to go, third quarter in running time. West Central 43, Vermillion nothing. You know, about the only thing that hasn't gone right for West Central, they had to punt on their first possession of the second quarter, and now West Central will take timeout. We'll take timeout too. 43-0 West Central on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
All right, Raleigh French with the carry on 3rd and 8 from the Tanager 32. He carries it to the 40. This is the second time they've gone to that wishbone formation, and Raleigh French is carried. And now it's a 4th and 2 for the Tanagers at their own 40 with 1:07 left to go and running time in the third quarter. West Central, all West Central, leading 43-0. Here's that wishbone formation again. Handoff will go to a different back this time, and it's a first down. Across the 45 to the 47-yard line, Connor Peterson with the carry this time. So the Tanagers been able to get some yardage from Raleigh French on a couple plays, and that time with Connor Peterson. First down for the Tanagers at their own 47 with 33 seconds left to go, third quarter. West Central leading 43-0 on Vermillion Tanagers live ticket TV. I would imagine in the fourth quarter we'll probably see some reserves coming in for West Central. Maybe the last play of the third quarter, 14 seconds left. Christofferson to throw. Pass over the middle, caught at the West Central 45 and driven back. It was Doan, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. But the Tanagers will have a 1st and 10 at the West Central 40 when we come back. After 3 quarters in 11A football, West Central 43, Vermillion nothing on Vermillion Tanagers live ticket TV.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
All right, to the fourth quarter we go in running time here at Jim Utex Stadium at West Central High School in Hartford, along with Caleb Titze on the production. Heath Nimke had the pregame. I'm Joe Van Goor. 1st and 10 Tanagers at the West Central 40. Christofferson looking over the middle. He will short hop Elijah Lara, and the incompletion brings up a 2nd and 10 from the 40, but again, with more than a 35-point lead that West Central got at the 7:32 mark in the third quarter. We've been in running time ever since. Like we said, 3 things had to happen for the Tanagers to make the 11A playoffs. The most important, win this game with West Central. And the other 2 teams that they were depending on to lose are winning. We'll give you all the scores coming up in our postgame. Hopefully, a visit with Coach Tom O'Boyle of Vermillion High School as well. Back to throw is Christofferson. Pass over the middle is knocked away from Lara. Good defensive play by Dylan Betcher. If I read the number right, incompletion brings up a 3rd and 10 for the Tanagers at the West Central 40. Now, about a minute gone in running time here in the fourth quarter. Tanager football brought to you by Pump and Pack. Fill up your tank and fill up your belly at Pump and Pack at the corner of West Cherry Street. So on 3rd and 10, back to throw. Christofferson over the middle. Pass was tipped. It was intended for Lara, but a good defensive play by Dimitri Walker. So that'll bring up 4th and 10, and the Tanagers will go for it here on 4th and 10 from the West Central 40, now with 10:10 left to go in the game and running time. West Central 43, Vermillion nothing. So 3 receivers to the far side. Connor Peterson here to the near side on 4th and 10 from the West Central 40. Back to throw Christofferson. Pass intended and incomplete for Sean Doan. And on downs, West Central will take over. And let's see if Barry Mathis will put in some of his reserves. So that means, folks, we got to go to the program. Tanager football brought to you by Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment. They offer their customers the highest quality ready mix concrete products, and aggregate, along with the service that is expected. They can customize mix designs to fit your company needs. So on 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line, here is a handoff to a new back, and this is Dylan Betcher. And Betcher, Raleigh French made the stop. He will finish the season with over 100 tackles to lead the Tanager defense this season. About a gain of 2, but now we've got a new quarterback, and that is Hayden Heyer, a sophomore. As we mentioned, folks, going to the program. 2nd down, let's call it along 7. Here is Betcher again, fighting for yardage across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Again, the last to get up was Raleigh French. Well, they say it was Alex Simmonsma. Okay. So it's 3rd down and 4 for the West Central second team offense at their own 47-yard line. And tackled behind the line of scrimmage is Preston Butts. Preston may have got a yard or maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. They're giving him a yard to the 48 where it'll be 4th down. And let's see if West Central goes into punt formation or they keep the second team offense on the field with 7:22 left to go in running time and the Tanagers trailing 43-0. Nope, they will go for it. On 4th down and a long 3, we'll call it. And here's a carry by Bochi Knight, who is a returner. But he will not get the 1st down. And West Central will turn it over on downs as Vermillion will take over 1st and 10. The West Central 47. Well, I guess I was wrong. I thought they stopped the clock. Well, they stopped the clock on scores, not on change of possessions. All right, Tanagers with 2 receivers far side, 2 to the near side. Hayden Christofferson. Chapman motions out of the backfield. No, this is Nolan Nygren. Nolan Nygren will get a pass. A slant pattern over the middle to the 35 for a Tanager 1st down. And Elijah Lara with the catch. So Nolan Nygren, replacing Hayden Christofferson at quarterback here in the 4th quarter, gets a 12-yard gain to the West Central 35 and a 1st down. Now 5:50 to go. Tanagers want to get on the scoreboard, and I'm sure the West Central second team defense is in as well. Nygren from an empty backfield, back to throw. Now we'll run with it, trying to cut up field, continues to go outside, and then he is brought down after about a 3 or 4 yard gain to the West Central 33-yard line. West Central, a couple timeouts. Vermillion has 3. 5:18 to go in running time in the 4th quarter. West Central 43 and Vermillion nothing. So again, Nolan Nygren in at quarterback. Ryan Chapman still in as running back to his left. Chapman will motion out. Nygren to throw. Nygren looking to the right side. There's a catch by Peterson at the 20-yard line, and that should be good enough for another Tanager first down. So a 13-yard out pattern from Nygren to Peterson, and the Tanagers first and 10. Well, let's call it the red zone. They're at the West Central 20-yard line. 4:35 left to go in running time in the game. Vermillion trailing 43-0. So Cerny and Elijah Lara to the far side. Peterson and Doan to the near side. Nygren looking left and on a slant pattern tried to find Landon Cerny, but Cerny didn't complete the route, and the pass falls incomplete for a 2nd and 10 for the Tanagers from the West Central 20. Again, coming up, we'll have the scoring summary in the postgame. Hopefully a visit with Vermillion coach Tom O'Boyle to wrap up the season. Tanagers will end the season at 3-6. West Central will improve to 6-3 and be in the 11A playoffs next week. 3:32 to go. Nygren looking over the middle again. There's Peterson. He's got a catch and a Tanager touchdown. So Nygren, a 20-yard pass to Connor Peterson, and that is with 3:19 left to go in the fourth quarter in running time. And now here's French out of the hold of Christofferson, and Nolan Nygren, who just threw the touchdown pass, is the short snapper. The snap, the place, the kick by Raleigh is up, and it is no good. 3:19 left to go in running time. West Central 43, Vermillion 6. Back after this on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a check mark, all in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
All right, so the Tanagers take over at the West Central 47 after the West Central second team offense turned it over on downs. Nolan Nygren with his second touchdown pass of the season to Connor Peterson, his 7th touchdown reception with 3:19 left to go in the fourth quarter, but the Raleigh French PAT was no good. 43-6, West Central. Again, here's the kickoff, and it comes to the 15, to the 20, to the near side at the 25, 35, 45, and Preston Butts with a nice return. And Butts will return to the West Central 40-yard line. That's where West Central started with their second team offense the first time they were on the field. But the clock running with 2:44 to go. And for 5 seniors on this Vermillion team, this will be it. So again, the quarterback, Hayden Heyer. Heyer will hand it off. Bochi Knight They call him Boucher, not Bochy, but Boucher. And Vermillion will call timeout. 2:11 left to go in running time. West Central 43, Vermillion 6 on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
All right, the 5 Tanager seniors, Connor Peterson, Sean Doan, Landon Cerny, Raleigh French, and Jacob Larson, all come off the field for the last time as Tanagers, as on 2nd down and 6. Preston Butts is thrown for a loss back to the 42-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and 8, now under 2 minutes to go. So a neat thing. Again, the 5 Tanager seniors, well, the 4 that play, and of course Jacob Larson on the roster is number 70. He came out, and the other 4 seniors and Jacob went off the field for the last time as Tanagers. So on 3rd down and 8, here's a handoff inside to Boucher Knight. And Boucher will carry to the 44-yard line, where it'll be 4th down and 6. Now 1:22 left to go. No, somebody else. Sorry. Klinkhammer, Langdon Klinkhammer with the carry that time. So now down to a minute to go in running time. Again, West Central will go to 6-3, and in the 11A playoffs next week, Tanagers will end their season at 3-6. But they did have a chance to get into the playoffs tonight. Tanagers needed to win. 2 teams needed to lose, but I don't think any of that is happening here tonight. Here's the pitch to Preston Butts, and Butts will be downed at the West Central 45-yard line. So again, West Central will turn it over on downs, and the Tanagers will come out 1st and 10 at the West Central 40-yard line. This will probably be the last series of the game. No, they just started the clock. So 5 seconds left to go, and West Central wrapping up, I believe, senior night with a big 43-6 win over Vermillion. So again, Vermillion will end their season at 3-6. West Central 6-3 will be in the 11A playoffs next week. Again, for Connor Peterson, Sean Doan, Landon Cerny, Raleigh French, and Jacob Larson, their last game as Tanagers. Please, fans, when you see them, thank them for working and playing hard for the Tanagers during their career. We'll be back with our postgame after you hear this on Vermillion Tanagers Live on Live Ticket TV.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
All right, along with Caleb Titsey and Heath Nimke on the pregame, Joe Van Goor, we welcome you back to Jim Utech Stadium at West Central High School, Hartford, South Dakota, as in Class 11A, the season has come to an end for the Vermillion Tanagers, but will continue for the West Central Trojans. The West Central Trojans at 6-3 will be in the 11A playoffs next week with a record of 6-3, while the Tanagers will end their season at 3-6. Well, we'll give you the scoring summary of the first half, then we'll give you the drives and the scores of the second half. West Central led 7-0. After one quarter of action, led 28 at the half. West Central led 43-0 after three quarters, and then the Tanagers with 3:19 left to go in the game in running time, tack on a touchdown, but missed the extra point in the final again, 43-6. West Central scored with 7:02 left to go first quarter. Keaton Vessels with a 6-yard touchdown run. The Jonathan Gehring kick on a 50-yard drive made it 7-0 West Central. Then, with 9:59 left to go in the first half, Keaton Vessels had a 13-yard run on a 67-yard drive. The Gehring kick made it West Central 14, Vermillion 0, and that was after the first of three Tanager turnovers that West Central turned into points tonight. Then West Central would score with 4:24 left to go in the first half on a Cason Wild 7-yard run on a 46-yard drive, and Gehring with the kick made it 21-0 West Central. And then after a Tanager interception, West Central would score with 1:09 left to go in the first half, as it was Aiden Bartman with a 14-yard touchdown run, the Gehring kick, after a Tanager interception, a one-play 14-yard drive. West Central led 28-0 at halftime. To start the third quarter, West Central, for the first time, was stopped on offense and had to punt, but Vermillion turned it over right away with an interception. Then West Central with more points off turnovers with 7:32 left to go in the third quarter. It was Keaton Vessel with a 21-yard run, his third touchdown run of the night. On a 52-yard drive, the Gehring kick made it West Central 35, Vermillion 0. And then Vermillion failed to pick up the kickoff return. That's just like a turnover. And West Central turned it into a Pat Hammond 17-yard touchdown run. The try for the extra point, the holder, Evan Jatan, messed up the hold, but picked it up and ran it in for a 2-point conversion. That's more points off a turnover, I guess you can say, as West Central led 43-0 after three quarters. And then West Central, with their second-team offense, turned it over on downs. Tanagers would take over at the West Central 47. Nolan Nygren, with 3:19 left to go in running time, a 20-yard touchdown pass to Connor Peterson. For Nygren, his second touchdown pass. For Peterson, his seventh touchdown reception. But Raleigh French couldn't get the PAT to go between the crossbars, so it was no good. West Central 43, Vermillion 6. West Central's second team offense turned it over on downs, and then the clock run out, and West Central again wins by the final of 43-6. We'll be back with more on our postgame. Hope to have Vermillion coach Tom O'Boyle join us for a short one, and then we'll give you scores from 11A, 11 AAA, and 11 AA, and then first round action in 11B, 9 AA, 9A, and 9B here on this Thursday night. We'll be back after this on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
All right, again, the final in the regular season finale for Vermillion, West Central 43, and the Vermillion Tanager 6. Coach Tom O'Boyle joining us up here in a booth. Coach OB, thanks for joining us. Boy, if there's a play that a game can turn, and I got to find out the explanation that you were given, I thought the pass was caught, the ground caused the fumble, but the fumble went into the end zone. West Central recovered, brought it out to the 33, and scored. What was the explanation that you were given?
I was given that they ruled it was a fumble, that the guy was not down by contact, and that the fumble did not go through the end zone, so it has to be recovered by someone. Therefore, the ball goes to West Central on the 20, and it's the right decision. I mean, that's the right ruling. You know, unfortunately, I thought our young man was down. I thought it was a great play. It's just time will tell, film will tell. But I thought Elijah caught the ball, great pass, nice run, and unfortunately, I thought ground caused the fumble. We thought his knee hit, and that's when the ball came loose. But unfortunately, that's not. My track record with officials isn't really stellar. So I just tried to take that's a tough call at this point in time in the game if that's the ruling, and that's what they went with.
Well, like we said, and the game turned, Coach, because they took advantage of 3 Tanager turnovers with touchdowns. With the Tanagers not picking up a kickoff return, they scored another touchdown with that. So add that to a devastating offensive ground attack.
We just weren't able to get off blocks up front, and these kids run that misdirection, if you will. Double wing offense to perfection, and Jim back on the sideline calls a very, very good game, and there's a reason he's won so many games, and this stadium's named after him. But I'll take the heart and character of our kids, despite the score and despite the couple picks that we threw, and then there's no excuse not to catch a kickoff. That's just a mental lapse that can't happen, but. You move on and move forward. We could have rolled over and played dead and got 50 early in the third quarter and didn't. Showed great character, and I wouldn't trade these guys for anybody. I'm so proud of those 5 seniors that have spent their career as Tanager football people, and it's an honor to walk off with Jacob and Connor and Sean and Raleigh and Landon Cerny. So those guys are to be credited, and we will be better moving forward in their multi-sport athletes and what they do for playing.
All right. Well, Coach, and after the Dakota Valley loss and everything, all seemed to be lost, but there was some calculating going on this week, and you certainly had a legitimate shot, but three things had to work right. Vermillion had to win, and then a couple teams that the Tanagers were kind of chasing, or as far as points go, had to lose, but they were leading their games at the half, so now that's all done in Gora, now finishing with a record of 3-6, and probably this part of the state has the best 11A football.
No doubt about it. Each and every week you play against a team that is a very quality team, very quality kids, well coached. I do believe that our schedule is different than everybody else's. If you live this side of the state, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
And we did some very, very nice things this year. I'm just quickly trying to get to that mode that it's over, but very proud of the job the assistants do with our kids, and very proud of our schemes, and at times I know things don't go well for high school football kids all the time, and you certainly want to always have a shot to play some extra season stuff, but maybe that wasn't meant to be. But you found it hard to believe that out of those 30 young men on that sideline in the fourth quarter that they weren't all grinding on that last drive to score. And I think that just speaks volumes for who we were. You bring in a guy off the bench, Nolan Nygren, who was excellent through the ball. He's a very good quarterback. Hayden Christopherson's a good quarterback. Vermillion has two kids there that can throw it, and Hayden, being a year older, a little wiser, but Nolan certainly had a good drive when caught the football. So I was very happy with that.
And for the times that in another broadcasting life that I talk to you on Saturday mornings about the Tanagers and everything like that, certainly the kids have bought in and are trying hard. Numbers are the deal. Yep. I mean, when you talk about the Sioux Falls metro area, obviously there's, T area now in 11AA, the 11 AAA games. But you put in West Central, Del Rapids, I could go on and everything like that. That's numbers. But the thing is, with the numbers that you had to work with, you certainly got the best out of them this year.
We had the right dirty 30. It was certainly the right dirty 30, and those kids are, all going to be better for it.
They certainly are. And like we said, the next season starts. Like I said, there's winter sports, there's fall sports. There's the summer.
Yes.
And before you know it, Coach, it'll be August again. So, I would love to say, I am going to say congratulations on the season. Staff and the kids did the best they could, and Vermillion fans should be proud of that.
No reason to hold our heads down. Nope.
No doubt. Thank you, Coach O.B.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
All right. You bet. Coach Tom O'Boyle joining us here on the postgame show. Again, Tanagers lose to West Central 43-6, and let's probably go right to the scores here, and then we'll wrap it up for this season of Tanager football here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV. All right, in 11A, again, West Central defeats Vermillion 43-6. Canton and Tri-Valley in a shootout, 37-34 Canton, 9 minutes to go in the game. Del Rapids leading Lennox 19-12, 5 minutes to go in that game. Rapid City Christian over Belle-Fourche 32-8, 9 minutes to go. Custer over Lakota Tech 69-16. Madison over Millbank 34-6, 2 minutes to go in the game. And Sioux Falls Christian has rallied. They only had 3 points for the longest time, but now they lead Dakota Valley 22-14, 3 minutes to go in the game. Now let's go to 11 AAA. Brandon Valley over Sioux Falls Jefferson 28-3. T area edged Sioux Falls, Washington 15-14. Sioux Falls Lincoln upsets Harrisburg 27-17. Rapid City Central leads Rapid City Stevens 35-33, 10 minutes to go in that one. O'Gorman leads Roosevelt at halftime 21-0. 11 AAA playoffs begin next week. In 11 AA, oh my God, Yankton 80, Mitchell 14 with a minute to go in that game. My goodness. Pierre over Douglas 34-7 at the start of the fourth quarter. Watertown 41, Aberdeen Central 7, 8 minutes to go in the game. Sturgis or Spearfish leads Sturgis Brown 10-9, 5 minutes to go in the game. And Brookings over Huron 40-14 with under a minute to go. Again, the 11 AA playoffs begin next week. All right, 11B, first round action. Winner over Hot Springs 38-14. St. Thomas More over Groton area 40-13. Mobridge Pollock over McCook Central Montrose 36-18. Elk Point Jefferson over Flandreau 44-14. Mount Vernon Plankington over Wagner 8-0. Sioux Valley leads Dual 47-20, 4 minutes to go in that one. Clark Willow Lake over Bridgewater Emory Ethan 27-13, 10 minutes to go in the game. And Woonsocket Wessington Springs Sanborn Central edges Aberdeen Roncalli by the final of 14-13 to advance. In 9AA, Viborg Hurley over Britton Hecla 28-24. Elkton Lake Benton over Great Plains Lutheran 54-0. Hill City over Bonham 41-20. Hamlin over Wabash Summit 55-0. That Hill City Bonham score was with 9 minutes left to go in the game. Again, Hamlin over Wabash Summit 55-0. Hanson over Tripp Delmont Armor Andes Central Dakota Christian 27-26. Parkston over Stanley County 58-6. Leola Frederick area over Kimball White Lake in overtime 22-14. And Freeman Marion Freeman Academy defeated DeSmet 58-14. 9A first round action. Corsica Stickney over Harriet Selby area 38-6. Avon over Jones County 67-6. Sully Buttes over Arlington 54-0. Kadoka area over Burke 54-12. Del Rapids St. Mary over Irene Wakanda 62-12. Canastota over Oldham Ramona Rutland 44-8. Faulkton area over Sunshine Bible Academy 44-0 at the end of the third quarter. 2 minutes left to go in the game. Coleman Egan 52, Hitchcock Tulare with 6. I think I just gave you 9B. I didn't give you 9A. All right, now 9A. Howard over Timber Lake 60-6. Woolsey Wessington over Lemon McIntosh 50-20. Dupree over Harding County Bison 50-28. Wall over Chester area 52-0. Castlewood leads Alcester Hudson 16-12, 6 minutes to go. Just went final. Warner 49, Gayville Volland 6. Ipswich over Esteline Hendricks 44-12. And with 10 minutes to go in the game, Phillip 36, Centerville 22. So you are caught up on 11A, 11 AAA, 11 AA, wrapping up their regular season tonight. Their playoffs start next week. And then first round action in 11B, 9AA, 9A, and 9B. Tanager football is brought to you by Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, Dakota PC Warehouse. Also, great Tanager sponsors by Leo Sports Bar and Grill, who puts on the games when the Tanagers play on Live Ticket TV, Vermillion Tanagers Live. And we thank them for that. And, of course, a lot of great sponsors brought to you. Vermillion Tanager football. Again, the Tanagers finish with a record of 3-6, but with only 5 seniors departing, a lot of skilled kids coming back next year. And, of course, these kids have the winter and spring sports seasons to get better. And then, like we said with Coach OB, they'll have the summer to get stronger. And preseason practice beginning in August, and before you know it, in late August, another Tanager football season will be upon us. And folks, don't worry, Live Ticket TV, Vermillion Tanagers Live, will have Coverage of Vermillion High School girls basketball, the defending Class A champions, coming up in December, as well as Tanager boys basketball. Both teams should be strong going into 2024-2025, and you can catch the action all right here with great sponsors on Vermillion Tanagers Live on Live Ticket TV. For our producer tonight, coming over from Mitchell, Caleb Titsey. As for Heath Nimke doing the pregame, I'm Joe Van Goor. Again, the final score, West Central 43 and Vermillion 6. We bid you good night from Jim Utech Stadium, West Central High School, Hartford, South Dakota. This has been a presentation of Vermillion Tanagers Live on Live Ticket TV.